Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. No! Hey, stop! Watch out!
Safety first, bud.
You my new recruit? Yeah, gotta say, you're photogenic. Again, you can call me Luke, or just Coach.
Spinning bird kick.
In game, fight!
Rising uppercut. Spinning bird kick.
Gotcha!
Watch this. Standing
Level up!
Now then.
Jungle House, Edelman, frozen from his legs! Shall we begin? Showtime! Step into the ring! Don't expect me to be a pushover. I'm so strong! I'm too smart! Here comes a new challenger! Who you got? Cut it down! Lend me your power! You want the face? You get the face! Sit down and shut up! Street Fighter 6. Scrap heap. Ready. Start.
Hello, how's everybody doing? We're back for another week of sets. We're still on Tuesday, I'm remembering it. This time round, we're here introducing ourselves and bringing on a lovely guest. This is the place to be on a Tuesday night now. We get exhibitions, interviews, banter, great stuff. But unfortunately, I'm not by myself today. I have been blessed with her presence. Ladies and gentlemen, Sherry Jenix. We announced it earlier today. Sherry Jenix is next to me, live and direct, in the flesh. She has somehow thought it was a good idea to come to the UK, so we got the bull by the horn and said, come here, join us. So, Sherry, it's been, I can't remember how long it's been since I actually last seen you, because I spoke to you last year. The last time I seen you, I actually can't remember.
I think it was 3 years ago when I was here at EGX.
That was a long time.
It was a long time ago.
That was a long time. But yes, it's great to see that you're doing well. And thank you very much for joining us tonight. But please, how are you doing?
Of course. I mean, I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me. You know, I heard that sets got moved to Tuesday, so I was just like, I gotta go to London on a Tuesday so I can make it to sets.
You see that? The things she does for Street Fighter. But no, please, be real with me. Why are you in the UK?
Well, I'm working on a little project.
Okay.
Can't talk about it yet. NDAs, we all know about NDAs, right? So got to adhere to the rules, but the people will know soon.
Wait, none of your people that you got the NDA with, they're not watching this tonight, are they?
Well, I did tell them that this was happening, so...
Did they know the link? That's fine. You can just tell me behind closed doors. It's fine.
Actually, no. If they're watching, I didn't say anything. I said nothing. I'm here to commentate sets. That is why I came to London.
But did you know what? It's great to have you because it's funny, right? She said she was coming to the UK like a month ago. Obviously, the stream team mentioned it to me. I was like, okay, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And then they said to me 2 days ago, Sherry's on her way. And I looked outside and said, it's raining. Why are you coming here? You're coming at the worst time. But again, duty calls. It's all about work. So.
Exactly. And people who know California know that we're in a drought. So typically, I've been traveling, I was just in Puerto Rico 2 weeks ago at First Attack. Everywhere that I go, because I think I went to ECT prior to First Attack, it rains wherever I go. And then I bring it back with me to California. So I heard that it was raining here, so I had to come here so I can bring the rain back to California.
That's doing it for the peoples at home. She's only caring about the people.
I gotta save my peoples.
But I mean, speaking of peoples, how has your time been? I know it's been a very short time, but how's it been being a different part of London? Because to give you guys context, where she's based is near central London, but where she's working is about 15 minutes from my house. Just to give you context. But please, how's it been so far?
Yeah, I didn't have too much time. I literally landed yesterday morning, so I had all of yesterday. And it's been a great time. The community always looks out for me. So Shivs and Shax actually took me out. Shivs went shopping with me. You know how much guys love shopping.
How much he loves shopping. There's a difference. There's a difference. We like to window shop. Shopping, different story. Depends what you're into, really.
Yeah, but I had a great time. And then we went to go eat at Dishoom. And if you guys don't know what Dishoom is, it is an incredible restaurant. Online it says Iranian food. But it's also because it's garlic naan, it's curries and stuff, and it's definitely one of the best I've ever had. So I'm very happy they took me out there last night, and it was pouring rain, and they still took the time to take me out.
They made the
that's
effort.
what counts.
Well, she is a food connoisseur, so if you're gonna take her to a food place, you gotta make sure it's up there. You gotta make sure Google gave it a 5.5, not no 5-star. It could be 5.5 minimum standard with this one over here. But listen. We've had a good time, or we are going to have a good time. And of course, we're going to have a lovely time with the guys we got lined up here. So Richard, would you let people know the fight card that we have for tonight? So we had to get Sherry on for this special occasion. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is tonight's fight card for today's episode. It's going to be Child233. It looks like he's missing one more number and you'll get his bank code. Child233 is going to be coming on and he's going to be going up against OGYawn. We got a shout out to Veggie. Big thanks to Veggie because Veggie set this one up. Child messaged him not too long ago and he just asked nicely. He said, how'd you come on the show? He said, I'll talk to everyone, see what they think. I said, yeah, okay, why not? And then he said, OGYawn would be a good shout. And then obviously when OGYawn gave the word, we had to set this up and we had to get it ready. So it's going to be a very exhilarating first to 10 in a couple of minutes. But before, let me run you guys through how this works. Richard, put the run of the show on the screen right now. So right now, me and Sherry are just catching up. It's been a little while, I want to see how friends are doing across the pond. We're going to be doing that for about 10 to 12 minutes. And then when that is done, we're going to bring in our guests because they are in the green room waiting. We have got OGYawn and Child lined up, ready to have a chat with us. And we're going to be chatting to them for about 15, 20 minutes. Just get a nice conversation going, get these guys blood boiling for their exhibition. That's going to be going on for about, 15 to 20 minutes. And then after that, we're going to take a short break. But if you don't want to sit here for that preamble and you want to just, come back, do something and come back and watch the actual set itself, come back at 1 p.m. PDT. And yeah, that's going to be 9 p.m. GMT. No, that is BST here. I'm getting my times wrong. We haven't changed just yet. But come back at 9 p.m. UK time. And that's when we'll get everything going. Because you know what people are like on Catcom Fires. They're like, where's the game?
Yeah, where's the match?
What is this?
I want to watch the match.
What is this show? And there's the same people that go, we need more analyst desks. And they're like, where's the game? And it's like, I'm just not going to cater to you anymore. That's what we're going to do. But yes, that's what we're going to do it now. But you know what? I got to also catch up as well. You were at Puerto Rico for First Attack.
Yes.
How was that for you? Because that's not the first time you've been, is it?
No, it would be my second time at First Attack, but my first time really getting to explore Puerto Rico. And First Attack was actually ran on PC.
Nice.
So it was my first, actually not my first, because they ran PC in Shanghai when I went.
Okay.
But it was a good experience because, we had some Americans come out. Everybody's been wanting the PC set up for Street Fighter 5. We all know that's been like a controversy going on, and it ran pretty smoothly. And you know, I didn't do too bad. I got 13th, but Puerto Rico is beautiful, by the way.
That's better than me.
Well, you didn't go. I'm sure you would have done well if you went, you know, commentating and playing as a player. You would have done well. But shout out to Mono. It was a beautifully ran tournament. He always looking out for the community, and like there were no hiccups. It ran smoothly, and he did his great job as a host. Not only did the tournament go smoothly, he took us all out. I went to the most beautiful beaches in Puerto Rico. So if you guys were to go to First Attack, I would say make a trip out of it because it's definitely worth it.
Okay. Now, I got to ask you, because you did bring it up. I've got 2 questions, but you got to bring this up. Do you see like a kind of half and half, like coexisting between tournaments on PC and tournaments on console? Or do you think we're going to go back to just console? Because it might be this craze right now that's saying, yeah, bring PC to tournaments, but do you think it's going to be suitable, or are we just going to go back to console?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like that's up to the big guys up there in which direction we go, right? Because it's based on what they want the tournament standard to be. I think the people would love it for it to be on PC, but they haven't really experienced optimized PS5 yet, because obviously Street Fighter 6 will be on PS5. So I don't know which direction it's going to pull, but at least towards the end of Street Fighter 5, I think we are going to move towards PC. I think we're in a transitional period where resources are becoming more available. So now it is like back then, if you had said we should run PC tournaments, everybody's like, impossible, way too expensive. We don't have like the logistics to run this. We don't have the manpower. And clearly, you know, even Defend the North this past weekend, they ran it all on PC, and it seems to have gone pretty smoothly. So we're in a transitional period from consoles to PC, from fight sticks to hitboxes.
Well, yeah, it's this weird transition. I mean, UFA, that's going to happen next month in France. They're going to be running Street Fighter 5. I'm not sure they're going to run any other game. They're going to do Street Fighter 5 on PC as well. So,
okay, so it's like 3 tournaments back to back. They're going to be on PC.
So it's doable. It can definitely happen online, because you can do what you want online. Offline, we'll see. I guess it depends on the tournament organizer. It's down to their discretion, at least. It'll be interesting as well. Also, at your time in Puerto Rico, did you happen to play the Street Fighter 6 beta? Because it was the same weekend First Attack was on, so you must have got a little bit of time. Is that right?
Honestly, okay, so everybody was playing the Street Fighter 6 beta there.
Yep.
Because obviously, I think the cutoff time was like either Monday or Sunday. I was maybe enjoying the beach a little too much. I didn't get too much time to touch the beta like everyone else did, but I'm not a tech person to begin with. So even if I was to touch the beta, I wouldn't really understand what I'm doing.
Right.
So, but I loved how all these like other players and content creators got their hands on the beta, because they're who I watch to learn the game. And you know, I have a character that I want to pick up, so I had to go on YouTube and check them out.
Do the work.
I don't know if you want me to say the character yet.
I'll save it. We'll save it.
Yeah, but people did the work for me, and I was watching, I was analyzing, and I was like, okay, I can see this character being really, really strong. So, you know.
Shh, can't talk about that in beta.
Yeah.
Can't talk about that. No character's strong yet. We're just
not yet.
But no, it was pretty interesting indeed. And like you said, it was a tournament she was. Speaking of tournaments, we did have a couple that happened over the weekend. So first, we got to congratulate our CPT winner, because the CPT came back in full force, and it came to my neck of the woods, or I'll say part of it anyway, Western Europe, where we had the almighty Takamura come back on top, fine form, and he takes it there. So big congratulations to Takamura winning the European West CPT. I'm not sure how much you caught of that, but this guy, stellar performance. He comes out when, like, you know, the big money's on the line, big qualifications on the line. And this is interesting because he wasn't getting the results he'd live up to in the past with his World Warrior events. He's getting a couple seconds, 1/3, maybe a 4th here. And I was telling people, I said, listen, this isn't the big thing he wants to get. Like, when it comes to that moment, he'll come about.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did there. Shouts to Vicious and Ultra David for commentating that event as well. But yeah, if you haven't seen, at least watch the grand finals between Takamura and Mr. Wolf, Akuma versus Seth. That was a fantastic thing. And the thing is, I had to go back and watch it, because I believe Mr. Wolf used V-Trigger 2 Seth. He activated 8 times. Only 2 of them were effective.
Oh, wow.
And the thing is, when your V-Trigger 2 doesn't work, you start panicking. It's like, oh my god, he's actually stopped.
Because you need it to work. You're using your V trigger. It has to be effective.
It was crazy stuff there. But yeah, congratulations Takamura. And these are all the qualified players for the CPT finals right now. Takamura being the latest on this list. Damn, this is shaping up to be quite nicely. And these are all the players that qualified from the premier spots, by the way. We're still to determine, well, first of all, the regular part of the World Warrior program needs to finish. All the finals for their respective World Warriors will be happening in December. And then once that's done, I think they're going to formulate how the finals will be working. So, I mean, have you been watching as much World Warrior stuff or just competitive play as you can, or have you been extremely busy with?
You know, so when I'm like traveling and doing all these things, I do, when they are on, I tend to tune in. So I'm not too far behind on the news of World Warrior.
Okay.
It's the typical people that are putting in work during the World Warrior competition.
And it's kind of put more spotlight on the guys that are actually good in their respective regions as well. Because again, it's a leaderboard, and obviously the final 8 get put in a tournament, then you got to win that tournament to qualify. Let me ask you this, right? Do you like that format, or should it have just been a leaderboard? Because they're doing 5 tournaments to accumulate points for a final 8. And then the thing is, the guys at the top of the leaderboard could not win the final.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, hold on, you were consistent for that long and you dropped the ball right at the end. Do you think that's a good format, or do you think they should just remove the final herd?
Well, I don't think they should remove the final herd. I think it's an interesting concept. It's definitely something that they've never done before. And I think this current format, it does highlight and spotlight a lot of people that you typically wouldn't see. Because obviously when you think of the West Coast and you think about like the online qualifiers, it's always been the same. It's always been Samurai, it's always been Nephew, and obviously they deserve their spots. They've earned their spots. But with all of these build-ups and like leaderboards, there's obviously more spots that people can fill in to highlight. So, you know, I think it's good for the community. And especially since there's so many online warriors out there.
There are. Listen, you could be the next Capcom Cup finalist for all we know. But speaking of that, sort of the World Warriors, we had another World Warrior happen for the Nordic Baltic region. When Richard pulls up the graphic, that'll be great to see. We got to congratulate Rikemans Barnett for taking this one here. He takes it there. Now, he's already cemented his spot in the final 8 anyway. He's got enough points as well. But the reason I wanted to bring this up, because obviously Rikemans Barnett, he's been doing damage. He's been doing damage in the Street Fighter League as well. Shout out to Street Fighter League Europe. But of course, the person he faced in the final wasn't Phenom. It was Veggie. Veggie actually had an amazing run. Veggie's not here with us today, but he is lurking in the background. So shout outs to Veggie. He put on quite the performance, and I've been telling him, and I felt if he had a different character, he probably would have taken this one. But Birdie can take you oh so far.
That's a hard matchup.
He's surrounded by hard matchups.
That's true. Look, Phenom played Chun.
Yeah.
I just saw that.
Well, because he already qualified with Luke.
Yeah,
now he
so
could just try out.
Yeah, he was trying new characters. Still got third, yeah. But shout outs to them. And I can never say that. Rikemans Barnett.
That's fine.
He's been doing some work.
All the time.
Yeah, like I watched the SFL, like he always salt mine, right? He enters salt mine a lot. Yeah, he puts in a lot of work.
He's
an online warrior.
He's the best Swedish player. He used to play Abigail that made the full transition to Manat. He's been putting in work, and again, it's like he's one of the probably the 4 remaining Manat players in the world. And it's like he makes it work, man. And again, Manat's got one of the best V-triggers in the game. His understanding of the game and what she's capable of doing is like phenomenal. And this is why you see him on the big stages. So, and before the finals did get cancelled, he did qualify for the CPT last year, and he's in a very good position to do it again. So props to Rikemans Barnett for winning that. Veggie, I wanted to give a personal shout out to Veggie, because when he has his run, like he has his run, he's a sick player. But,
he is.
Like, just stop picking birds, please.
I get that sentiment, sticking with the character that isn't, you know, the best. You know, sometimes that's just your character.
Yeah, but then don't get upset if you get second place when you could have got first for somebody else. That's just me.
But, you know, it's a point system, so he still has a chance.
He does.
It's not over just because he got second. It puts him in a better place.
It does indeed. I can't knock that, because he's in a way better position in his World Warrior than I am in mine. I think I'm like 18. So I can't remember where I was. I got some points, but like not enough. Not enough for the final anyway. But yes, like we said, these guys are part of SFL EU. So Richard, if you put that graphic up as well, you can catch SFL EU every Monday. This is it. You catch it on Capcom Fires, twitch.tv/Capcom Fires, or the YouTube channel as well, the English broadcast. You get to see myself, Jammerz, as well as F-Word, and our lovely host, Logan Summer, as well as 24 of some of the finest players that are there. 3 weeks have happened already, and there's still more to come. Hey, he pulled up the website. There it is. So I actually got sent this website from Logan Summer. Shouts to Logan. If you go on this website, if you type in Street Fighter League Europe.com, I believe that is the URL. I might put it on Twitter later. You can actually go on here and find out all the necessary information that you need. The schedule for the upcoming weeks, what's happened in the
convenient.
past. Yeah, everything. Because the thing is, they separate it from the CPT. And sometimes people do get their information just from Twitter, but I feel if you really want to delve deep, and this helps other commentators, other players as well, just click the website, man, keep the tab open and check what's going on. And as you can see, that's what the leaderboard's looking like right now. Team Mouse at the top with their emphatic win over, it was Reason. I literally forgot, I watched it yesterday. They beat Reason 40-0, and they're sitting at the top right now. Fantastic stuff from them there. So, of course, we can talk about this. I can tell Sherry and get her to break her NDA and get her in some trouble to find out what she's really doing in the country. However, I do want to bring in our lovely guests and start talking to them about some Street Fighter because, again, I've heard quite a bit about these two. Obviously, you're very familiar with Yawn, so we can have a lovely conversation. So, when you guys are ready, can we get Child and Yawn to unmute their mics so we can have a lovely conversation, know more about these players, and find out more about what they are doing within the scene. So, let me find out. Child, Yawn, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Okay, there they are. Nice.
There you go. So, obviously, I've thanked Sherry. Sherry, thanks again for taking your time out of your day in this rain to come and join me on this show. But more so importantly, Child and Yawn, much appreciated for you guys taking time out of your day and coming on the show to feature on set. So, this first part of the show is a pre-match interview just to ease your way in, have a nice little chat before you guys just start hitting heavy punches, command grabbing and doing random supers and wake up. You can do whatever you want as long as you're in the first to 10. But the first thing I've got to ask you guys is I like to ask people about their names because there might be...
That's a good question to start off with.
There might be a hidden backstory. It might be as plain and simple. Because I'll give you an example. We have a guy called Muscle Noob from the UK. He plays Ken. And I said, you didn't just call yourself Muscle Noob because of your guns. He said, no, I watched a guy who played Counter-Strike called Fat Noob. And I said, well, I've got muscles. I'll take your name. That's it. I like this kind of story.
There's an origin to everything.
Literally. So, I have to ask, Child233, where does that name come from? You didn't just type in Child and put a random number generator next to it. There must be an origin behind that. Talk to me.
Honestly, the Child is a part of basically was random out of the speculation that I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and name myself Child. Because my old name was, Killer Clown, but I had changed it because a guy that I used to work with at a retail store was like, well, if you got your YouTube name this and you got your Facebook name this, then why don't you just change your name into this? And I was like, okay, sure, why not? But the numbers, I just came up with my own because, 2 was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and say, my favorite number is number 2. And 33 is the time when I had seen my friend move from this city to another city that is over in the West Coast, and he's doing good. And he was just telling me, like, hey, whatever you're doing, continue doing what you got to do. Remember, I'm the one that told you to start streaming. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be streaming.
Okay.
It's a smart decision to move to the West Coast.
I mean, a lot of work and opportunities come from the West Coast. So
Exactly.
I'm just processing how he went from Killer Clown to Child 2.
Yeah, maybe it's from the movie It, You
It
go
must
from
be.
the Killer Clown.
No, Killer Clown actually came from Left 4 Dead because, like, one of my friends, we would always play 4-player mode of Left 4 Dead or hard mode. And then we would see, like, okay, who can kill the most clowns on here? And we was like, okay, well, let's see. And I always would get, like, 200, 150 kills,
Okay.
Like
are you a fan of, like, a real big fan of Left 4 Dead?
Of course, love Left 4 Dead.
So you must have played Back 4 Blood then as well, right? Did you play that a little
bit? Yep, and I actually still have it, but I don't play it as much as I used to.
Okay, fair. No, I like that. But I got to hand the question over to OGYawn. OGYawn, like, what is that? Please tell me what that is. I want to hear
Maybe
this.
he's just tired all the time.
Oh no, it's anything but that. I mean, sometimes, after a big meal and stuff like that, I do get the itis and stuff that don't hit me hard. But no, my nickname in middle school was actually OGYawn. I was a little troublemaker at the time, so I had moved to, I used to live in, so both me and Child, I was born in Baltimore. He's born and raised in Baltimore, right? I moved to DC, then Silver Spring, then out to like Gatesburg, and then like Montgomery Village area and stuff like that. And then when I was like moving around and stuff as a kid, like middle school was like probably the most problematic area for me because I watched a lot of Yu Yu Hakusho. I was like, oh, okay, like we just get into fights all the time and stuff like that. And then I would be doing that IRL too, and then I would get suspended and all that and stuff. So, but I grew up, learned not to get into fights and stuff like that. But I just kept the nickname, and then Yawn was just a word that rhymed with my name. My real name is Sean. And there was like I'm a huge fan of the Resident Evil series, so there's like one of the snake bosses is called the Yawn. I was like, oh, I could actually mess with that.
You see?
So yeah,
I like this part. I like that. Okay, so let me ask you, what's your favorite Resident Evil game then?
It's Resident Evil 2, free.
Oh, okay, all right. So that must mean you must have enjoyed the remake then, because the remake was pretty damn good.
The remake was so good. I remember I was playing Operation Raccoon City. The game it's a game, but it's definitely a game. You definitely be gaming in that game. But anyways, there's a part when you're playing it, and then you go through Raccoon City. And I was like, oh man, like I can't wait for them. Like I hope they actually remake Resident Evil 2, and then they did. And I was like, oh man, like this is amazing. So yeah.
So, are you looking forward to Resident Evil 4 remake as well?
Yes. Resident Evil 4, I mean, it's a good game. It wasn't as scary, but it did something really neat for the series and in a great way, and still managed to keep true to its horror elements. I enjoyed 4.
Okay, now because I do notice this, I don't know if you know this as well, Sherry. It's when a horror game is so good and they try to keep the series going, it kind of deviates from horror and goes straight into action. It's like, okay, it's no longer like a horror scare, it's a jump scare, but you get all these new weapons, these new techniques and stuff. So, it's pretty interesting to see, but I was pretty interested to hear that. I mean, have you got a favorite Resident Evil game, or not really much of a...
You're talking to the wrong person, but my only experience with Resident Evil was I was because I think it came, I don't remember which version it was, but I was in 3rd grade, and my cousins were playing it, and I was terrified watching it because, I get really scared before you have to go and fight one of the bosses.
Yeah.
And
so you're the one who takes half an hour before you walk around the corner.
Exactly. Yes, that is me. So that's why I'm not meant to play those games. And it was even scarier because you couldn't save whenever you wanted. You needed to have the ink. You needed to have the typewriter, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, you can't just save whenever you want. You need to have these things. And then, so you have to be really strategic on when you can save the game. That wasn't for me.
But you can't get tea and crumpets all the time.
I need like handicaps when it comes to these things.
The very easy mode.
Oh man, this is brilliant. See, this is why we like asking these questions, because it literally evolves and erupts into something else. But yeah, moving on to the fighting game side of things. So OGYawn, for me personally, me looking at you, you've kind of taken on this tournament organizing role. You've been helping out with the World Warrior programs. Is it Carry Out Clash? Am I not mistaken in saying that?
Yeah, Carry Out Clash.
And then there's your other one, Battle for Bruce Lee. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, that is also correct.
Can you tell me what brought about Battle of Bruce Lee? Talk to me about that first.
Okay, so Bruce Lee 2 actually. That's the name of Carry Out that people from my area used to frequent. So my local, the first one was called Xanadu. So that was in Arbutus, Maryland, in Baltimore County. Okay. Yeah, so it's like really big for Smash, and then we had like a really strong FGC scene, and then they've moved it from Arbutus, Maryland to Laurel, Maryland at the Laurel racetrack, and it's still doing really well over there, so I'm happy for them. But yeah, I just named it after the carry out that we used to come by, because you would have the delivery driver come inside, and especially during monthly, someone passed on the megaphone, right? And then we just like, and then someone was like a whole bunch of people come in and get their orders. So I just did a little play around with alliteration. I was like, all right, Battle Bruce Lee, like we can do that. And then there wasn't really anything called like Bruce Lee or like Battle, stuff like that. I mean, there's next level Battle Circle and all that and stuff. And shouts out to Henry Sen, Team Spooky, and all of that and stuff. But I definitely want to make my own mark in the community. Started as a weekly, and it was actually on Tuesdays, and then moved it to Thursdays because one of my locals actually came back.
Okay.
And I support them on Tuesdays, and then there was also a lot of updates on Tuesdays for Street Fighter V. So I was like, all right, just to avoid that, I'm just having it on Thursdays.
Okay, fair play. Now, did Carry Out Clash for the World Warrior program? Did you get asked to do that from doing Battle of the Bruce Lee so much, or was there another story behind that?
Yeah, it was mainly from that. There was this. As we know, Next Level offline ended earlier this year.
Yeah.
So there was a huge vacancy between East Coast online tournaments, especially with even with lockdown sort of like easing up, and then there's not as many restrictions. People were still very much comfortable being online and not showing up to locals. I remember like the week after online NLBC ended, I actually like took a bus to New York, and I think it was me and Metro, or
Shouts to
actually
Metro.
no, I went with other.
Vegas.
Yeah, I went. Yeah, actually no, I organized like because it was Mylin, Wek Kunai, X Finesse, a couple other people, and Sabin. We all went to Next Level, and it was just not as big of a turnout. And we were like, dang, like how do we get things back to the way they were? But I still had a great time as always. Henry Sen, amazing host, so definitely shouts to the Golden Sen, always holding us down.
Okay, interesting. And I like it because I'm just curious about all these things. I just want to keep up to date and understand how things are going. But no, it's great to hear that. Has there been any like standout player that's new to you that's been entering your World Warriors or the Battle of the Bruce Lee? Or is it just kind of the same head still being?
I feel like
match
Child's
fit?
one of them.
Child has to be one of them.
Yeah, he's a long-time competitor. He's won a good amount of online tournaments, but he actually hasn't won any of my events yet. But I mean, I always push for him. He's helped out even with commentary a bunch of times, either at Xanadu local or for Bruce Lee. So he's definitely been a positive, passionate member of our community. So definitely shouts out to the Child.
Hey, shouts to Child. Now, we obviously do have to transition over to Child. Child, I was looking about a little bit about your stuff earlier. You do have a YouTube channel. Was there any real incentive behind your YouTube channel, or was it just something you wanted to do for fun?
See, I looked at some other people's YouTube videos and kind of get a sense of, how to make my videos stand out, even though their YouTube videos be pushing more views. So I just try to make it more entertaining and more funny on my end, whether I'm winning or losing, or I'm doing challenges, whether I'm doing trying out the laughs or, some, challenges. But honestly, I just want people to see, these videos and be like, oh, okay, he's okay, or he's pretty good, or this man's funny in these challenges and stuff like that. So that's why I continue to make these videos. It's not just just to put it out there. It's just like, oh, this man's funny. Well, can you do a reaction video to this? I'm like, sure, why not? I can do a reaction video to this. Or, hey, I got to try the video for you. I think you can fail. Like, sure, okay, we can bet. I bet you I won't fail. And then sure enough, I might fail because I easily laugh at a lot of things. So
Okay.
that's the purpose of it.
Now, do you see yourself doing YouTube long term, or did you make this YouTube channel just as a kind of put on the back burner? It's like when I do have time, I'll produce the content, but it's not like at the forefront of your mind, is it?
I honestly try to, do it as long as I can. Is try to push myself as much as I can to keep pushing these videos, because I know like the more videos you post, the more people will come and see your channel, and the less you post, the less people will come to see it.
Okay, fair play. I like that.
Yeah.
Consistency is definitely key.
Yeah,
Well,
took words out of my mouth.
I mean, look, I stopped doing YouTube when the pandemic hit, because I was doing YouTube like 8-9 years before that, so I kind of got a bit tired.
It's a lot of work, Like, I
And you know
tried it
what?
for a bit.
I tell you what, I call it a kick at this point. I like it when people complain about how hard YouTube is, as if people weren't doing it before they started.
Yeah.
Because the FGC are like, God damn it, I'm losing days doing this video. No one's watching it. I said, good, now you know how the rest of us felt when like no one was doing this in the first place.
Yeah.
But now that more people had time, because I felt the reason I asked Child about his YouTube channel is because a lot more people had time to actually make content, and that's what made the FGC a lot bigger than it was probably say 2 years ago, because more people just naturally started making content. It might not be
Right.
the biggest thing,
Yeah.
but it's like, oh, there's actually more things for the algorithm to suggest and throw your way to get involved. And obviously when players are making more content at events, they're like, oh, okay, this event's good, this community's good. So that's what I mainly wanted to ask. I mean, do you have a YouTube channel, Sherry, or do you have time for that?
Well, so I do have a YouTube channel. It's Sherry Jenix. The only videos I have are some random matches of me playing. I just pulled them off stream so I could go back and rewatch them. But there's a lot of moments that I captured, like Fnatic playing. I forgot what that music game is. What is that music game with the DJ? DJ Technica.
Hero?
Yeah.
Technica.
Not DJ Hero, not that one. 'cause
It's
that
DJ
was based
Technica.
off. Okay, it might be that one.
So he's really good at it. So I actually managed to capture a lot of good moments within the FGC, but I definitely want to expand and do YouTube videos, right? Because I feel like I travel a lot and I definitely go to a lot of different tournaments. So I always wanted to capture that experience. And I tried at Frosty's last year, and Stupendous came with me. He recorded about
Shouts
like
to Stu.
yeah, shout out to him. Definitely a great friend, very supportive of me. He recorded like 12 hours of footage, and in order to make one YouTube video that's maybe 20 minutes long, I have to sit there
Yeah.
and go through all the footage and choose all the
You gotta
spots I
hit
want to
there, hit the
highlight.
space bar. You're like, wait, hold on, backspace. Space
Yeah.
bar, backspace. Yeah.
And it's just, like, there's
You lose your
editors
day.
out there. I love it because content creation has been becoming a staple of the FGC now, that there's actually, like, known editors that edit your YouTube videos or your Twitch clips for you now. It's just for you to post. And it's cool that, like, all these different positions are opening, all these different avenues of contributing to the FGC. It's all opening. So it's great. But when it comes to, like, my content, I'm very, like, controlling, and I would hate...
No, I get that because
Yeah.
literally for me beforehand, it was I'm the only one who can see this vision, so I have to do it.
Exactly.
That's it. It's like I can give it to somebody else, but they have to double check. Then you start getting nitpicky, you get a bit
Then
finicky.
you just have to find someone that you trust, right? And it takes a lot to trust someone completely to edit your entire video for you.
Don't forget to pay them.
Yeah,
Don't forget-
obviously. Don't
don't forget to
editors
pay
do
them.
not do work for exposure. No, don't listen to any of that. You better get paid for your work, okay?
Well, listen, that's what it is. Some people do it, some people don't. But if you can build a relation from exposure to payment in a short space of time, do it. But other than that,
Maybe one.
yeah, maybe one.
Maybe
But
one 3-minute
Make
video.
sure you pay your editors as well. Right, I've got time for about 2 more questions before we jump into this. So, Child, you play Boxer. There's been a lot of controversy and up and down opinions of Boxer. I want to hear your opinion. Where do you think Boxer sits in Street Fighter 5 right now? A high tier, top 5, or like bottom tier? Talk to me.
I'm gonna say that for this final season that we're gonna be ending real soon before we all jump into Street Fighter 6, I'm gonna say he is at a high tier. He's still good. I wouldn't say he's S tier, but I would say he's a bit A tier to B tier per se. But he does still struggle with a lot of matchups, a lot of grapplers and stuff like that. But he's still a good character in my opinion.
Give me 3 characters you don't like fighting as Balrog.
Now, bad matchups wise, I'm gonna say of course Laura, because when you get grappled, you get pressure in the corner, it's game over. Mika, because you don't know if you're gonna go left or right when you're in the air. Nadesco's coming out of nowhere, grabbing you, throwing you to the wall. You get power bomb. Bulldog of course. And then finally, right now, as the season ending, the matchup that I don't like right now, and it's kind of annoying, is Abigail, because listen, Tyre. Whenever that tire comes out, if you guys play Burnout before, right? Burnout.
Yeah.
It's like right before you go to the wall, crash, burn. That's it. You're done. It's good games. I hate that matchup so much now. So it's a problem now.
Abigail's a bad matchup for Balrog with V-Skill too.
Well, I mean, Tyre is definitely like a gimmicky V-skill, right?
It's a game changer.
Yeah, I lost to the Ragley at ECT, and Blarlad is famously known for playing Tyre, right? So maybe that's the way to go with Abigail nowadays, because he's certainly got nerfed.
If you don't know, you don't know, and they were trying to reinforce the point of using the tire to change up his whole neutral game. So
You better figure out that matchup with the Tyre. But
yeah, maybe you do.
So that kind of leads to the question, like, the first character you brought up, Child, in the bad matchup to Balrog was Laura, and obviously you're about to go up against OGYawn, who is literally a Laura main. So, I don't want to go too deep into your strategy because I don't want to expose it. But do you feel like you're ready for this?
Honestly, as much as me and him played, even offline wise, I am actually ready for this matchup. Even though it's bad, I'm ready to throw some hands.
Okay.
All right, I like that, literally, because you're playing a boxer. Right, I've got time for 1 or 2 more questions. Yawn, talk to me. Laura, why have you stuck with Laura for so long? Is it because of item or something else?
She's broken.
Whoa. Damn. You guys starting off.
You heard that? I thought I whispered that.
I thought she murmured
The
that as
guns pointed at me. She just did a lot of damage. Actually, you know what's crazy? I played Cammy and Vega in the beta. Played with Vega a little bit in season 1, but then he was just not very good. I mean, he got me out of Evo Pools 2016, but
well. Must be a good character. Yes, yeah, pulls.
Laura did way more damage, and I love characters damage. I think the first time I really noticed it was I was watching Infiltration stream her. I was like, oh, this character has a lot of stuff. And then Bunch, shouts out to Casa Bunch. He was like, yo, what are you doing playing Vega? Go and play Laura. Like, what are you talking about? She's Makoto for you. And then a lot of people know I played Makoto in Street Fighter 4, played in First Strike. And that's my character. And, I'm able to get a little bit of that in Laura, maybe even a lot more. But you know, she's a little bit more fair and honest these days, I'd say. But don't ask
Those
any
are
Balrog or
not
Valley
the words
players.
associated with Laura, but
Well, you know what?
Whoa, command grabs are honest.
Yeah, okay, that's why they're untechable. Great. Right, I've got time.
V-shift.
Well, listen, it doesn't mean you're not hungry to chase down that V-shift. I've seen what you've done. I've seen what OGYawn's done as well. But right, I've got time for one last question before we hit the break. I like asking this question because sometimes the players surprise me, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Right, I'll get this opinion from Child first. Child, in your opinion, who is the best character in Street Fighter 5 right now?
Best character in Street Fighter
Told you
5. That
surprise
is a tough one. Well, okay. You threw me with the 50-50 right there. But I'm gonna block low, and I'm gonna say my opinion, honestly wise, I'm gonna say G is the best character. in the game.
whoa.
Wait, sorry, hold on.
Whoa,
Let me, wait.
you mixed me with that.
That-
Hold
yeah,
on. Say that again? I didn't hear you. Say that again?
I'm gonna say G. G is the best character
He
in the
said
game.
G. I haven't heard
Nah,
that
you're-
since like
you're-
season 3 or
Do
something.
you know what? I hate saying this word. I hate saying it. You're capping right now.
The
He
cap
said
is real.
G.
You are actually insane right now.
Listen, hear me out. Remind you, every character in the game has got a buff or a nerf.
I hate saying the word. He's capping right
He
now.
did not get no nerfs. He got all buffs throughout the entire season.
Man, you set me up so because at
Do
first
it?
you set me up, and I
I
was
thought
like,
we were all gonna say it together on this one. Like 3, 2, 1. Luke.
yeah, like he set me up so well, and then he said G.
Okay. All right. I will agree with you in a case that G is a slept-on character, and he's actually got excellent tools right now. The best character in the game? No.
That's
I hate saying this word. That's cap.
because you said you were gonna go with the 50-50 and block low, right? You definitely went overhead on us. You did like a
Oh,
fuzzy.
hey.
You hit us with the fuzzy after you told me that you were gonna go low.
He actually smacked the wind out of my stomach by saying G.
Don't listen to the boxers.
And
They're not trustworthy.
What did I tell you? I said people were surprised with the
Yeah,
question.
that is very
and he
surprising.
surprised me. Okay, I'll probably ask him about that a little bit later. Yawn, talk to me. It might not be a surprise at this point, but who do you think the best character is in Street Fighter 5 at this point?
I mean, they tried to nerf him, but I mean, he can't be nerfed.
Oh, God.
Did we not see
scared of what he's
Punk
gonna
almost
say.
make a
I know what he's going to say.
3-2 comeback on Kudo with Luke just off the strength of the character?
He did.
The character is broken.
Okay, fair. He said
But tie for the next cheapest is definitely Poison, though. She got a command grab, too, and then we thought that V-Trigger was useless, and then in the hands of Idom, oh my god, I can't stand that character.
Oh, what?
Poison
Have
is really
you
good.
not played much with Poison V Trigger 2? I use it a fair bit over here in Europe.
Oh, I'm very aware. You're a god.
Oh, man. Okay. Funny enough, none of them said Dhalsim. That's interesting.
You know, a lot of people do complain about Dhalsim. I also complain about Dhalsim, but I think everyone knows that he's not number 1.
I don't
Yeah.
think he's number 1.
I think
but
he's within-
This is why it's good that Vegi's not here, because he
Oh,
thinks he's
because
number
he
1.
was-
He thinks he's number 1?
Okay, I mean, there's enough people that complain about him where it sounds like he could be number 1. I would put him within top 3, top 5
Okay.
characters.
Wow. Well, you know what?
Oh yeah, he's definitely third though. Third.
Okay, you know, he's up there. Right, I got to cut this conversation short because this could turn into another podcast entirely with how Child just threw me off. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a short break. When we come back, I'm going to have Child and Yawn in this lobby, and we're going to get this first to 10 started. See you soon.
You call, I answer. Pushing you on the scene. Man, come on, I'm ready to go. Calculated. See ya. We do this all day, Time to play. You gonna keep me waiting, babe? Such a lovely face. Stop, kid. You're killing me here. And only one of us is allowed to do the killing. PlayStation.
So I've been thinking about strength, man. Strength, might, the power to fight. Is it money, authority, a cool job, a ton of likes? Okay. Let's keep it simple. I want to be strong. Can you believe it? We got self-driving cars. The time's coming, we'll be taking rockets to Mars. And yet you still got folks out there using their fists and bodies to seek strength. Yeah, I hear you, man. We're all a bunch of fools. But, you know, if you want to know about strength, you just gotta get to it. We fighting fools are all getting to it on the streets.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets featuring Jenix, OGYawn, and Child233. So if you are just joining us now, well, you've just come just in time for the meat and bones because the First to 10 exhibition is about to begin. And let me just go back to, did you just say in it? Wow, okay. So she's definitely embraced London culture just like that. I find it so amusing when people that are not from London just come here and they start going, bruv, in it, wagwan. And it's like, why do you just literally scramble all of them into one sentence? Like,
I literally waited for you to finish your sentence so I can say in it.
Like, don't worry, listen.
But it's perfectly timed.
Nah, you should hear Rob TV. Shouts to Rob. He'll go, wagwan, bruv. Tings, in it, and it's like
tings.
All right, yeah. Because technically London slang is another language, and I've noticed it everywhere we go. People are like, I don't know what language they're talking. It sounds fun. It literally sounds fun. They're all like body language, they're emotional and whatever, and it's like it's great to see. But I'll tell you, it's also great to see Child and OGYawn going out in a First to 10. We had a nice little chat with these guys, but now they're going to be exchanging blows, command grabs, dash straights, you name it.
Fiercest.
It's going to be in this list. What who do you think's going to win this one? Do you think it's going to be close?
I mean, okay, so I think the talent, the skill is pretty similar, you know. I think maybe because OGYawn's been playing a little longer, he does have a little bit more accolades.
Okay.
But, you know, Child is definitely in there as well. He's a great player. I think he just got 17th at Defend the North. It's a bad matchup. So I'm very curious, as you know, he said he's ready for this.
Yeah, you can never, and look, you'll know this from being a player yourself, it's when somebody says they are ready for a bad matchup, like, know that they've studied something, because they're trying to mitigate how bad it is.
Exactly.
Instead, like, they go from like a 7-3 to like a maybe at worst a 6-4. They're trying to make it 0.5. That means the guy, whoever's favorite is in the good side, they can't be too lax, because it's like, yeah, your lax tools work, but the guy's ready for that.
Exactly. But it's interesting because in this format, in the first to 10, it's going to be an uphill battle for Balrog for sure.
Yeah, of course. All right, starts things off there. Throws out the thunderclap, and that's going to be interesting as well, right? Because we need to see what button Child is going to use up close to deal with the thunderclap. Already have a bad start. If he gets hit with the sunset wheel, he's stunned. And he almost did. Oh, he got escaped there.
Great defensive option, but I can see how the thunderclap, at least the slow one, is so difficult to deal with in neutral. You see, he tried to check it, and that's why he got counter hit there.
I think what Child should do, well, he's going to activate here, and he's going to take OGYawn straight to the corner, gets that throw tech. Again, catches him out there, puts himself in the corner, unfortunately.
Just a little nice whiff punish, ending it with a safe standing medium kick.
Yeah, he was going to activate off of that anyway, even if it didn't hit. But looking good. Yeah, I feel if, like you mentioned before, he's struggling to deal with the thunderclaps. If that's the case, if he sees it, try V-shift first. Or just backdash, get out of there first to kind of get a bit comfortable, and then change up your strategy afterwards.
Yeah, I think it comes like kind of getting the timing down as well, because obviously when Laura does throw the thunderclap in your face, a lot of players want to check it with like a sweep or so, right? So it does catch you when you mistime it, which is what happened earlier.
Walk up throw again, one more throw will do it, and he got hit with a KKB into the overhead. That was what a strange option. Can he take this round for that though? With the reversal there from Yawn.
A little backdash away from the EX clap.
You know, he goes low again. That's dead. That's dead. Oy.
So hard to walk block those dash punches.
I'm surprised he didn't wake up V-skill with the overhead and Yawn got hit by it.
That's, in order to have the balls to do something like that, you have to have known he was going to do that. Like, you know the matchup. Maybe that's something that he was practicing and looking out for.
It was, but he gets a V reversal there, and he's got EX dash straight as a threat, but Yawn puts him right back in the corner with the bulk charge sequences. There it is, dash straight. Goes low. Rush counter.
Oh, wow, fierce.
Hey, listen, when you're in trouble, swing it. And he said V-shift. What did he say? He said, yeah, you guys got V-shift, and he swung and hit it.
Again.
Trade.
Little trade, but about, oh, wow, that was a punish.
There you go. It's because he wasn't at the right range before, but it's working now. Dash straight there from Child. Can he get 2 throws?
That is a V-shift punish. Such a good defensive option that was added to the game.
Okay. Yeah, do you know what? It was obviously a fair number of players here, and others, they love it. It depends on your character and your situation. A lot of Laura players do not like it because it's harder to chase people down. They have to overexert themselves. But Yawn had a good balance of using it defensively and chasing it down from Child. So I think it's, listen, it's how you incorporate it into your gameplay.
You definitely have to adjust and realize for the option of V-shift now.
Goes low, checks in with the medium punch into the dash grab blow again. Yeah, okay, this is what he was trying to do in the first round, but it wasn't coming out. It was guaranteed counter hit for him. Runs away, yeah, he done the V-shift just in case of V-break there from Child. Didn't quite work out. Good check with the stand like it.
Nice check on the cancel.
Chase down into the split river, and another split river there.
Oh, didn't get the punish on the command grab. That's an activation and a trade combo.
That's interesting because, like, I see a lot more trade combos happening now in this late in the lifespan of the game. Because it's 6, that's probably not going to happen as frequently. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the frame data in 6 though, but trade combos between these two characters have really great trade combos.
Yeah, and like Laura doesn't help herself with the thunderclap situation sometimes because there's a lot of frame advantage the opponent gets if they get the right button to the trade follow-up. So it's another sunset wheel. Goes low, messes up the hit confirm there, but Child wasn't confident. He gets an activation here.
And into the corner. This is where Balrog just shines, especially against a character like Laura.
Yeah, he's waiting for a button to whiff for a thunderclap to come through. That could have been a whiff punish, but...
A little dangerous there.
All right, guess for game. What's it going to be?
One more guess.
Backs away there, this Child. Dash low, that's dead, that's dead.
Dash low, that is dead. 2 EX meters.
And do you know what's crazy? He's been successful playing extremely far away and just coming in with an arbitrary dash low or dash straight. The turnaround punch, that was level 2.
dropped the combo and got punished. See, I see it. I see the strategy that he's trying to do, and unfortunately, he's just slightly mistiming it.
I think he's gone to that well a bit too often. It looks consistent, but he's got to be a little bit further away. But when he's much further away than what he wants to do, he does the screw smash. The dash up, and it worked out. Yeah, see? That's what
That was a good trade.
Straight again. Oh boy, one guess and it could be wrong. Is he going to V-shift or hold it? He V-shifts.
He V-shifts, and he got out. It was a little dangerous times right now, though.
Dead yet.
Not dead. You know, in those panic situations, like, it's so hard to either V-reversal or V-shift because, like, there's so many options going in your mind right now. Like, she's coming behind the thunderclap. Is she going to dash? Is she going to jump? So, you know, people kind of just stare like a deer in headlights.
Oh,
it
yeah,
happens.
listen,
I get it.
I've always said this about Laura. She's the queen or the best at capitalizing off a human error. When she hits you with something, the next action she's doing, you're trying to process the last one that just happened.
Exactly.
And you're like, wait, she hit me with this? It's like, what just happened to me? I'm telling you, it happens all the time. Like, it's been easier to deal with her, but again, like, her scramble situations and, like, how volatile she is.
One of the best in the game, easily.
All right, he's already got Yawn trapped in the corner here, this Child. So wait, Spack dashes here, dash straight. That was a good choice there. Can he close out the round, though? One throw will do it. Doesn't even need it.
Just little frame traps, trying to keep it safe.
Yeah, that's it. And the thing is, well, like you said, the matchup is absolutely abysmal for Balrog, but I think he's just like literally going for the gusto at this point. He has to be the offender.
He does, and he's picking the right spots in the neutral. Like, obviously, it's very hard for Balrog to deal with up close, but in the dash punch range, he's been doing a great job.
Good block on the overhead there from Child, saving that bar to kind of apply pressure. There it is. Yep.
Back. So good at getting characters into the corner.
Dead yet.
One yes.
Nice.
Okay, we got one on the board.
And do you know what? That was probably in half the time that Yawn got the previous game.
Yeah, it was a little bit slower.
Yeah.
So it seems like, you know, Child's kind of found his spot where he can be offensive and, like, keep Laura in the corner because she honestly doesn't have too many options. She's going to have to, like, V-trigger to get out.
Yeah, of course. And I'll tell you what's interesting because boxer players do this normally, and I saw Child do it there as well. Usually after one or two buttons or maybe a stand roundhouse, if they have a bar, they'll do the EX dash straight, stops the back dash. I think V-shift does beat it, but it's like because you're just trying to escape, he's using it to chase you down, gets the damage, kind of hit knockdown as well. So really good stuff there from Child. Did the reversal there, didn't want to deal with that. Rush counter. Throw, can you get another one?
He tried to. It was a good check with the crouch short.
Good reactions there from OGYawn. These guys are swinging haymakers right now with their heavies.
They are brawling right now. The EX dash punch is the strongest tool right now that Child's been using against Yawn.
I'm pretty sure only like 1 or 2 have been blocked from like the 10 he's used. So
it's very good pressure. I think both of these characters, when they have each other in the corner, they, you know, it's incredible.
Well, this is why I find when boxer players say this matchup is bad, interesting, because it's like you do know when you've got the grapple in the corner as well, it's just as bad as it for them. Obviously, they've got the extra variant.
Yeah, and as a Laura, you don't necessarily want to V-shift because V-trigger comeback is such a strong factor in this game.
Yeah. Here we go, just as the forward hard punch activates, and he goes for a sneaky reset there, the American reset. Good block, no command grab yet though. And yeah, shift away. Oh, he's just throwing out that stab fist with malicious intent.
Oh, that was 3 whiff punishes in a row. Woo. And the EX low once again. This is definitely a slugfest.
Trust me, their most used buttons have been their heavy punches. It has to be their
I told
heavy
you, those fierces, they're going to be swinging out there.
And again, one's cancelable, the other one isn't. But when you get hit by Balrog Stand Fierce, you know about it. Because Balrog Stand Fierce is a button that is not necessarily underrated. It doesn't get spoken about enough in my books. Like, again, it's cancelled to super, cross counters. It's a good deterrent because of its range. And Child's been using it exceptionally well. Good backdash.
Yeah, I think Child's been doing really good job at hitting the lows, like kind of checking the walks.
Yeah. And that's dead. Yeah, if he builds the bar, that's dead. Oh.
Is it dead?
Yeah, no.
Oh, he didn't mean
Spin,
to do that.
and then 1. Oh! Okay. Damn.
Just a little, okay.
Send that to Sajam.
And she has the bar. Backdash. Child has been finding good spots to backdash. Because even if she had hit him in the air, I feel like he would have flipped out and been able to punish with the reset.
Got the air reset. But this is what's confusing for not just YAWN, but Laura players in general. When you backdash, okay, I'll try and chase that, and then they take your throw, and then you don't know when they're going to V-shift. So he has to make the defensive options unpredictable so that he has that winning chance and maintains that dominance in the neutral, which is what he's doing now.
Yeah. Okay.
Tick throw. Can you get another one?
Snuck that little dash in.
There it is. Is he going to do another Sunset Wheel or wait? Yeah, he waits. That was a misinput. Definitely a misinput there. He could lose this round, Sherry.
He should be, you know, maybe he has 3 defensive options right now. Oh, no, he's just going to activate. Standing medium kick, activate. Still strong.
It is because it's the gamble of do I wait, press the button, activate, have that guess from there. If it doesn't work out, we sell momentum, or do I just blow him away and then just try the thunderclap strategy, which he did in the early game. So it could be a tough choice, and we're just backseat gamers at this point. It's away. Good check. Pressure being applied, starting to jump out the corner now. She should probably jump out with jumping hard kick instead. Messes up Laura's hurt box on the way down. All right, there we go. And they're just waiting there. He got 2 dash straights to the threat here, but how is YAWN going to try and counter them? Gets hit by a regular dash straight.
Nice with punish on the dash punch.
V-shifts again, like you were mentioning before, Sherry. Good observation.
V-shift is just really difficult for Laura to deal with.
Reversal.
She has V-trigger.
Tech again. Chase him down.
Chase the back
Don't
dash.
V-shift. Oh, I said don't
punish.
V-shift. I literally said don't V-shift. Oh, he's going to lose the game.
Resets. We got resets.
Oh, my word. Child, I said don't V-shift. Oh.
Hey, man, it's a guess. And I get it. Like, the previous game, he didn't V-shift, and then he lost for that. So, you know, it's just defensive options you have to pick and choose.
Well, look, sometimes it's a first to 10, right? Sometimes you just have to go right. I've done this before. Let's see what he does now, because sometimes you need to feed your opponent false intelligence. You need to give them that.
Especially in a first to 10.
I'm sorry. I think I was the only one who saw that V-shift. I literally think I was the only one that said don't do it. Please don't. Oh, missing overhead, unfortunately. Let's see how this goes. But again, I'm loving this back and forth between these two so far. And listen, Child is living up to what he said so far.
He did. Like, his strategy in the neutral is working really well. It's just in these positions, it's very difficult.
Oh, that was a V reversal.
Yeah.
That was a V reversal. Don't worry. It's fine. It just works out in this game.
He's about to activate.
Throw tech from. That was audacious throw tech there. He could be looking at stun here, Sherry. One
more defensive option.
I pressed the button this time because he's been throwing him.
There's the V reversal to get him off. And it's a very, very smart V reversal.
Interesting stuff there. Again, some of the defensive choices YAWN's making is a bit audacious, I will say, but they've been working out because, like I said, these guys have played numerous times, so he feels confident in these choices against.
And it's kind of scary because, like, when Laura's sitting on the 3 bars, you're kind of looking for the activation. So I think it was a very smart V reversal.
There we go. That was a hard read. That was
definitely hard. He called him out super hard on that.
Good lord.
3 call-outs.
Oh, man. OGYawn. He said he was a troublemaker back in his day, and he still is.
You can see it. You know, like, he called those moves out super hard, but you know what? He's played Child a bunch of times. He can do that. I respect it.
I still call it a bit crazy for what, dash up EX Volt Charge? Like, come on.
There's many other options that probably would have been safer, but you know.
You know,
he's feeling it.
I would have taken the command grab. I would have taken the command grab, which he did it afterwards, the subsequent situation. But man, he's in there. Let's see if Child can, recompose himself, get back into this, because he was playing really well in those first couple of games, and I still feel he's got a lot of fight left in him here. All right, Sunset Wheel. We might be looking at a third one very shortly. There it is. Good check. Good check there from Child. It looks like he's a bit unsure in a lot of areas. Precarious situations.
All right, now it's time for YAWN to guess.
Backdash. Not
stunned yet. He's not stunned. One more guess.
Yeah, he's trying to catch him Protec in. That should be more than enough information for Child in the next couple of sequences. Gets him down. Good job. He could have done dash straight if he was charging there. That would have punished in time.
That's some great health.
Backs away. That's a safe dash straight. One button will do it here from anybody. He might go dash low. Watch
Dash
out.
low?
Yeah, he's
no
probably
EX
looking.
meter? Will he do it?
Yeah, he tried.
He did it. He did it. Okay.
He did it before and it worked, but I think Yawn was further away, so the thunderclap didn't quite connect with the hurt box of the move. But this time, a little close there. Jumps in. And again, both these characters have really good anti-airs against each other because they can't really change their jump up, right? With those stand medium punches. Speaking of that stand medium punch.
The thunderclap is working so well right now for Yawn.
Yeah, he's getting confused with the button timings and defensive choices. He needs that V-trigger, though. Is he going to get the chance, though, Sherry? No.
No chance.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a lot of damage.
Nova Afterglow says these rounds are madness, where you're looking at some of the most explosive characters in the game. Balrog is one of the heaviest hitters. Laura just has a lot of damage potential from her mix-ups, and then add the Kamanga variant makes it a lot worse.
Laura's just chaos.
That's it.
And, you know, like, it was really smart of Yawn because he started switching up which thunderclap that he was doing in the neutral and between the strings. So, you know, now it's up to Child to adjust to that.
Well, let's see. He's got plenty of time to do so, but I've seen that he's had a couple of hiccups with his meaties, not confident in certain defensive choices because they have been called out. All of them have been called out at this point. So what does he do when he's 5-2 down?
He has to break away from this bad habit that he's having right now. I can see a bit of confidence kind of dwindling.
Yeah.
He's like questioning a lot of decisions that he's making.
And it's rough. And in a bad matchup as well, that makes it even worse. Boy!
The overhead. Nice V reversal, keeping her in the corner, but that's a punish. He tried to do a hard call out.
Oh, he couldn't chase that down. And the neutral jump there, one of the basic tactics against Balrog, working out there for Yawn. He's looking to go on a 4-win streak and go 6-2 up in this set.
That's a good call. I think that's the first neutral jump that Yawn did against Dash Punch.
And I like when he's introducing these new options because it gives Child something to consider when he's trying to rethink his strategy of how to kind of bring himself back into the set. And he's pressing stand medium punch like it's plus. It's like, come on, man.
Oh, wow. With the fears, too.
Look at this. Pressure being applied here by Yawn. There was no time to cancel. He's trapped in the corner. Get out of there. He can't get out, Sherry.
He's in a bad position right now. He doesn't have V-trigger to come back. He does have super, but...
Oh, he done it again! It worked out. He could press fierce there. It could have worked.
More EX meter. Okay. Well, there's no... I was going to say there's no more third super, so... A lot of thunderclaps going to come his way.
This is what's interesting, though, because obviously people should know this by now, but Balrog's super did get buffed. Obviously, it gets that cinematic animation now. So if he does it at a certain range, it'll do that zoom in on the camera and he gets 10 extra damage. Child hasn't saved super at all. I feel in one of these situations, he should just save super and let one rock because it actually might do enough damage for him to get around.
Yeah.
But I think he just wants to conserve his meter for, like you said before, the EX dash straights.
Well, yeah, I think in the previous rounds that he did win, he relied heavily on the EX dash punches, whether it be the straight or the low. So maybe he's just gonna have to switch it up.
He definitely has to switch it up. He's 6-2 down at this point. Sunset wheel for the stun, and that should be the round.
Yeah, Yawn is calling him out super hard right now. That max damage combo. Optimal.
Look at this. This is going from bad to worse. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. How is Child going to come back from this? It's low. Crush counter. Another arbitrary crush counter that worked on defense. Hey, trust me. When you fling out a random heavy on defense, you could win the game. I've been speaking about it with other people.
That's what both these characters are. No follow-up on the crush counter, though.
Oh, with punish on the fierce with a forward hard punch there from Yawn. And then he backs away. Another EX underclap. He had to be reversal. He is so shook right now.
Oh, no.
He
does have super. He tried doing it again.
I think he's just a Hail Mary super at this point.
Oh, no. He used the EX dash punch.
I don't know if he gets like a low or anything will do here.
One
he's
more.
Not dead.
Right?
He's not dead. Oh, I lied.
Oh, wow. That's some damage.
Well, he needs it, apparently. I'm saying Child needs it at this point.
He does need it, yes.
Damn. And again, from that situation on the corner, we needed the V-skill into the overhead, and Yawn just wasn't blocking it.
Yeah, that strategy has been pretty successful for him so far.
Only a couple of rounds, though. It's not super consistent, in my opinion. I'll ask him about it when we're on the other side of the break. That stun, he should be dead. He's got the bar.
You know,
Reset.
one more reset.
That was the best punish because that was me. It changed its frame there, so he can only punish with a light.
-3 instead of -5.
Backs away. He has to. If he gets a clean hit.
I don't know if it's
Right.
off. Yeah.
No, don't spend the bar.
He spends the bar. Okay.
He wanted the corner.
See, now this is difficult because, yeah. But I just don't think he's looking out for the super. Like he's not keeping that threat of having super.
I'm gonna note that one down and ask him about it later because I'm still thinking because he's expending the bar on the EX dash straights. Yes, the corner carry. Yes, like the damage is helpful, but that threat of super, I promise you, will deter YAWN from doing a clap once or twice.
Exactly.
Just hit him with it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the issue is when you do the EX dash punch and you use your EX meter and she is in the corner, he has to consider that OGYawn sitting on 3 bars of V reversal.
Yeah. It's crazy. Right, 7-2 to OGYawn. He's making this look like light work right now for somebody who said they were ready for this matchup. Well, who's to say that OGYawn wasn't ready for this as well?
If this ends up, this might show why this is a bad matchup for Balrog.
Oh yeah, listen, YAWN's not helping his case by saying Laura is an honest and fair character. You're not helping the case.
Well, I never agreed with him when he said that.
Oh, backs away. That could have been punished, but YAWN wasn't ready in time. Chase down again. Wasn't ready to punish that V-shift, however, there. Child was.
Nice V reversal.
Straight again. Good backdash. Oh no, cancel!
Punish.
He missed his cancel.
No, I know he was not happy about that one.
No, because we were playing on borrowed time there, and YAWN literally nicked that round. He stole it. With punish.
With punish. I feel like he's been looking out pretty hard for those dash punches now.
Yeah, that's it. And the thing is, it's going to be easier for YAWN to kind of be specific and pinpoint certain things he wants to look out for because of that huge buffer he's got in the set right now. Child doesn't have that luxury.
This pressure, oh no! Execution error, but, it saved him out of stun.
All right, here we go, straight to the corner. There is a V-shift or V-reversal option available here, and he gets hit with the Hove. We're looking at stun here, Sherry.
What's the mix-up here?
I think he'll just get the knockdown. Oh no.
There's a reset.
Dead. Or not.
I was gonna say, such a dangerous drop right there.
I know, the first one you dropped, we had sympathy for you. The second one, I'm not sure you did that on purpose. Don't do this to us, man.
Nice with punish.
Low, meaty low. Has to back away. Let's hit with the sunset wheel, and again, just has to firm it for a little while before he backs away. Gets back to the neutral game here. Yeah.
Doesn't bring her back into the corner though. Balrog doesn't get that privilege.
Well, I mean, he's got dash straight, he's fine. And he's got a lot of vitality to work with as well, but like a child said, he's trapped in the corner, and he wakes up with a 4 frame, not even a 3 frame.
But that was a good check on the dash.
100%.
Fierce in between the block strings. A drop on YAWN's part.
No
anti-air.
No!
That strategy has...
I'm telling you, I think he should just backdash. I get it.
Backdash is a good option.
With how this game works, any situation your opponent or you create for yourself or your opponent presents for you, you just want to hit you heavy or you want to get damaged. You don't want to run away.
They always want to check, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to run away. And I'm thinking, just because of how close you are, it definitely isn't muscle memory. Just backdash. Like, backdash twice. Backdash 3 times. Like, reset the situation because he has a move to bring himself back in to cover the lost ground, I should say.
Yeah.
I just, again, with this third pair of eyes, he can't see it right now. But
yeah, he's in a bad spot. Oh, yeah. This is looking kind of rough right now.
Oh, he's dead. That's not rough, he's dead. Oh, dear.
Laura things.
It is indeed. Laura madness indeed. I don't know if Child has got anything left in the tank because you know what? If you told me you had the strategy for a first to 3,
but that's why I was saying in a first to 10 it's much more difficult because the matchup starts showing.
Oh, there we go. Back top. Okay, pressure being applied. Again, another V-shift there. And he feels confident in V-shifting because of the situation that YAWN's in right now.
Yeah, this is a slugfest.
Punish. Oh!
No, he dropped the punish on that one.
Okay, that worked out there for Child though. Let's see if we can get the round on the board.
There's the strings into the EX dash punch.
And he didn't cancel. Good choice there. Obviously Child won the round, but good choice there from YAWN not to cancel the crouch medium kick because the backdash caught him off guard before. Good jump. Oh, the accidental back throw, but he gets slumped by the roundhouse straight to the corner. Still racking up here for Child. Can he get it though?
The low. That was
what
a
he
call
needs.
out on the low. Okay.
Right, too much scaling, so he's still alive. One more pressure screen with the dash straight should do it. Oh, he didn't even need that. That's perfect, is probably what he needed right now. So that's going to be 8-3.
Putting another point on the board. You know, trying to break that streak that Yawn had going on.
It was a 6-win streak, so,
Yeah.
you know, after a while, you do feel mentally demoralized. Like, can I bring this back?
Yeah.
What's going to happen at this point?
A perfect well works out pretty well in his favor.
But you know how to nullify a perfect? Win the set. So it makes it null and void at this point. But let's see what he does here. 8-3 at the moment. Do you see him getting some sort of comeback, reducing the deficit from this point onwards? It's a big deficit.
I definitely think he can reduce the deficit. It's whether or not Yawn is going to respond to what happened in the last game.
He'll respond to it in kind. I can see that happening. And he's still trying to challenge the claps. Dashes away.
And the activation. This has been really hard for Yawn to deal with.
Go slow, good block there, and the throw. We're already at the other end of the screen. Missed his meaty, but Yawn wanted to V reversal there. Gets a successful V reversal this time round.
With the overhead.
Do you know what? He has to really be like hyper aggressive at this point. It has to be haphazard at this point. He's got to come in and do dirty.
And a call out on a dash punch.
Yeah, he did it again. That was unfortunate there. As soon as I said he's got to be aggressive, Yawn just saw it.
He's like, I know he's going to have to dash punch me.
Gets the confirm off the counter hit turnaround punch. Overhead.
Another overhead.
Whoa.
Not going to kill, but there's one more guess left.
Just throw him, mate. Don't make it too hard for yourself.
He has tried to shimmy every single time, and it has not worked.
Here he comes. The activation's coming very shortly. Plus double digits there. Gets the light command grab. Right, here it goes.
He
If
has
you
one
beat-
V meter.
Good block. And you've made the mistake again, and the
he got
reset.
reset.
Oh, no.
This is gonna
You
kill.
made the mistake again. And you know what? Oh no! Oh, the combo wasn't even finished. It wasn't even finished. Good lord.
You know, like it was really smart of OGYawn to recognize that like he should not have went for that stun. He had to go for that reset in order to end it with that combo.
Let's take a couple steps back, right? Here's what's crazy, and I say do this to Laura players all the time. They need to look for V-shift more than they wanted to in previous seasons. Just do a reversal throw.
Yeah.
Because they're trying, and they're gonna get upset that you're doing it because like, I could have command grabbed you, I could have frame checked. He's gonna be looking for my V-shift. I'll throw. Throws are a lot more successful than Laura nowadays than you think. It's just that when you got to upper echelons like Yawn's level, Idom's level as well, they're just gonna command grab you throw. But I feel in situations where he's been V-shifting and losing, if he just went back to the throw option,
Yeah.
it worked. I think it worked. So.
He just needs to add that. He needs to recognize that as a defensive option.
Well, he's got very little time to recognize that, does Child, because Yawn is potentially on set point here. So where he can hit confirm off that standing median kick. And then straight to the corner, he tried to jump
There's
out.
the activation.
He has to take it to the corner, he just has to. That's the round, that is the round. There it is. Good here for Child. Let's see if he can get another game on the board to slowly regain that momentum.
Basically, he's going to have to streak at this moment.
Oh, he's got no choice at this point.
Yeah.
And again, this is what separates the men from the boys. That's fine as a read. He's literally at set point here, so. To the overhead.
Okay, he's playing a little more aggressive defensively.
Yeah, he's got time to do that, just to see how Child responds. Good block on the overhead.
Activation.
Yeah. So we're trying to challenge at that awkward range, is he, Sherry? Oh no.
This is not looking good.
Oh dear, if you guess wrong, that's it. Oh, good block.
Wow, that was a good block.
And he walked out with
He
buttons.
checked it.
Right, Yawn's got no meter. He's too far for the throw. And the back throw, if he done the forward throw, that would have died. Hold on a minute, can he do it? I'm not sure. The dash up.
Dash command grab.
Do you know what? I wonder if he's checked out mentally. Because of that, I wonder if he's checked out mentally. Let's find out. If he gets steamrolled this round, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that was a hard. I mean, like, how can you know, he wasn't scared in that situation. He forward dash command grab.
Boy, there it is, done the clap. And he backs away. He started to back dash now. But he's in a perilous situation. Chase down. Oh
He's
no.
getting chased down. He's
Reset,
getting-
and he waited. That was a V reversal. Oh my word, that was a V reversal.
That worked out so well for him. Missed the meaty. Missed the meaty. Dangerous.
Oh no, this is it. Guess for game, Sherry.
We're in a dangerous position right now.
Punish. Is he going to do that? Oh, he has to block. Oh, and he got caught out.
Yeah, he got called out. It was too intense of a situation. I would have been very surprised if that EX command grab did not hit.
Mate, that was just a Street Fighter version of Jenga. It was just block upon block, and he couldn't handle it, and the command grab opened it up there. But ladies and gentlemen, let me see the GGs in the chat. OGYawn takes it over Child233 there. 10-3, making it look easy peasy. Not so honest and fair, I must say. When you got to get the job done, he gets it done. But yes, showing you why this guy is a fierce competitor. Please keep an eye on this name if you haven't been doing so already. As he looks down upon you peasants in his picture. That's what it is with OGYawn. But yes, that was a very entertaining set. I learned a lot about that and why this matchup is still heavily lopsided there. But we're going to talk more about that with our guests on the other side of this break. When we come back, we're going to find out about OGYawn's CFN name, amongst other things. We'll see you in 5 minutes.
You won't know what hit you.
Let me have some fun.
Let's get this mission started. This will be a good fight. Got you in my sights. Neutralized. Come on. Predictable. Time to end this. Fire. Double. Seven. I'm just on another level.
Anyway, right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My whole introduction got thrown off because my stream can't count. But yes, welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets featuring Yawn and Child. If you are just joining us, well, I'm the big bad wolf. I'm the bearer of bad news. The set's done. It's all over. If you want to go and see it, go and hit subscribe on Capcom Fighters YouTube channel. You can catch the archive over there, or you can rewind the Twitch archive here and catch the first attempt over there. But as you can see to this side, the scores are over there. We spoiled it for you. We are the people that spoil everything, all the movies for you. We're going to spoil Black Adam for you as well. It's all done.
Don't do that.
I haven't seen it either. But yes, we do have both our guests back in there. So yes, Yawn, Child, can you both hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir. Yeah, perfect. What's up?
Perfect. So, Yawn, first of all, congratulations on winning the set there. 10-3, very dominating fashion there. Not stating not strengthening your case as to why Laura's a fair and honest character, and also showing us why that matchup is completely terrible for Balrog. So, well played to you there. Now, my first question I got to ask you in regards to that set is, your call-outs on Child's defense. You chased him with an EX Bolt charge. That was very audacious. You called
on his wake up.
On his wake up, yeah. You called out a couple of his backdashes with the EX Sunset Wheel. You felt very in tune with his defensive choices. Do you mind talking me through that a little bit?
So as you guys know, well, I think Sherry knows, but I'm a very confident guy when I play.
Stubborn,
so
yes.
Excuse me. But yeah, confident, yes. So I've known Child for a while. We played at round 1 in Towson, Maryland. So I know his playstyle.
That's what the arcade's called.
Yes.
Round 1.
Well, yeah, that's a lot newer, but yeah, they had the arcade edition for it. I was like, oh man, we gotta play this, and then it's a bit different, but it's still good. It's like it gives you that real feel, and you can plug in your pads and hitbox. I know Charlie plays on pad.
Okay.
But, so yeah, you can plug it in through there. But yeah, I'm very confident, and I like to entertain too. So you know, I like to make these hard reads. Shouts out to Andala and the Hard Man. Definitely, you gotta, you know, when you feel like you know someone, you know, you gotta let them know. So. But right. You gotta make a statement sometimes.
Hey, listen, it does a lot of psychological damage. I'll give you that, because that could have been the turning point when you did call him out. Because a command grab to me, like I said to Sherry on commentary, would have made much more sense, that scenario. But you did the EX Bolt charge, then you did the EX command grab in the subsequent situation. So it all worked out for you. Now, the other thing I've got to ask you as well is, what's your strategy going into the Balrog matchup now? Because I imagine is it still the same as, say, back in like season 3, or is it slightly different now because of V-Shift?
It's a little bit, but it's like you got to know the proper time to V-Shift. And I think it's not even just a Balrog issue, it's just like the whole cast. Like, you should definitely V-Shift Laura, as Idom has been preaching. But there are, as you guys could tell from the set, there are definitely some places you should never V-Shift. I know all my Laura players are going to hate me for this, but do not V-Shift when Laura goes for a side switch. It is not worth it. You're going to get throw OS into massive damage. So if I want a comeback, I'm going to put you in a situation where I'm going to try to force a V-Shift. If you don't V-Shift, that's perfect too. I can call that out as well, but you know, definitely V-Shift, but V-Shift smarter.
I like that. V-Shift, but V-Shift smart.
Just choose your places better, you know?
Listen, I mean, if you put them in a dangerous spot, I think they're kind of left with no choice.
Yeah, it's a scary situation. It's a scary situation.
There's always a choice. You can block. That is always the best choice, because, oh, you taking a command grab. Did you get stunned yet, or did you die? No, you're okay then.
Tell us, Laura player. Tell us to take all those command grabs. Why don't you just block?
You are like one of those preachers in the streets saying, take this leaflet and join our cult. It's fine, nothing's gonna happen.
Yo, the Church of Booty Sweat will welcome you.
The booty sweat.
Well, I mean, I did want to ask you about that. Why on earth did you call yourself Laura's, Booty Sweat?
It's actually a joke, because on the Laura Discord, I would start off as one of the moderators.
Sounds like a dangerous place. You're a moderator, so it's already a dangerous place.
I mean, I'm a dangerous kind of guy. I'm a bad guy. You gotta watch out for me in bracket for sure. But definitely, one of the admins, his name, he goes by Adam Fist. He used to be a Cammy player before just going full time on Tekken. happens to also be a local of our area, native to the Virginia area. He's a funny guy. He had made his handle one day on Discord, because you can change your nickname to anything.
Right.
So it was like Laura's Booty Sweat. I was like, wow, that is hilarious. I love that name. And then I asked him if I could make that my Steam, because at the time I was just using OGYawn for my PS4, because I was not aware of the PC life. But then when I finally got on Steam, I was like, yo, I gotta make it Laura Booty Sweat. Like, this is hilarious.
And you've lived with that name ever since. I mean,
yeah, it's only been like 2-ish years and stuff.
It's been a while. I remember playing you online and you invited me and I said, "Excuse me, who is this?"
Yeah, that for me, if somebody like that invited me, you immediately get blacklisted. I don't want anything to do with it. Like, just
Degenerate.
Time and place for that stuff. But you know what? I've got to ask Child a couple of questions about this matchup. So, Child, you did, allude to before that you had a strategy for this matchup to kind of make it in your favor, at least stay in the dogfight. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But what was your strategy going into this matchup against YAWN and Laura?
Honestly, my whole mindset was trying to calm down. So I remember when me and YAWN was at Defending North just a couple of days ago. He was telling me like, hey, you might want to slow down a little bit and play the matchup a little bit slower. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to play it slow. But when I'm getting pressed, I'm like, I gotta try to fight it out. I gotta try to get out. But I always try to look at Laura's hands when it comes to command grabs, because I'm not good when it comes to command grabs. I don't know when it's going to come. I don't know, when he's going to press it or not. So I just try my best to not get pressure in the corner. And like YAWN said, when I try to use V-shift, I already know that if I use V-shift the wrong way, okay, I'm going to get hit and it's going to cause more damage. But I try to not get in that corner, so per se,
It's hard for Balrog in the corner.
Well, yeah, and it's hard for Laura in the corner. Like I said, when Balrog's got pressure there, but it looked like it's not just about the corner, because it looked like, or it was the case of YAWN having more success, it's just every on the screen than, say, Child was. You had a lot of good moments. I think one of the moments I was concerned about, and I was talking to Sherry about this numerous times, was how you were dealing with Thunderclap. The first couple of games, I think you were trying to V-skill and you got counter hit, and then you started using the dash upper to counter, which worked really well. And then for me, you always tried to challenge it. You didn't try to run away, and sometimes running away felt like a safer option. What was your mindset dealing with the Thunderclaps?
It's always hard to deal with Thunderclaps, because whenever the slow one comes out, I can't really do nothing. I can't spin around, can't turn around. Whenever the medium comes, it comes out a little further so I can turn around punch. But let's just say, for instance, okay, I know I'm going to throw the medium, but let me fake it out and throw a slow one. So it kind of confused me a little bit. But I know jet upper or sweep low can get the thunderclap, but sometimes when you're playing, your mindset just it thinks one thing and goes the other way.
Oh, of course, 100%. Yeah, it's just something that we noticed as well. And of course, you were again, something else I noticed, you were very liberal with your meter in terms of EX dash straight and dash low. I was saying to Sherry before, I mean, feel free to disagree if I am wrong in this case. I felt if you saved just your meter for super at certain times and just like bust out with a raw super, I reckon that would have scared YAWN in different ways. But I think he never felt threatened by super because you never had it. Was there a reason behind that, or did you just feel more comfortable just using EX dash straight?
Nah, at one point I was trying to press the super, but then when I was trying to press the super, he already beat me to the punch by pressing a button. I said, oh damn, I can't press super no more. So it was like any chance I try to get super, and I know that I got my bars fully, automatically full. I was like, okay, I'm gonna press it. But then every time I try to press it, he's beat me to the punch right then and there.
That was unfortunate. As well, another question I have before I hand it back to Sherry is, why V-Trigger 1 over V-Trigger 2? I thought V-Trigger 2 would have been helpful for you in defensive situations.
Honestly, many people notice if you play with TJ combo, I kind of had that play style, just consistently keep punching.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that. You guys were brawling in this set. You guys were definitely throwing the heavies and mediums, and there wasn't a lot of, I don't want to say neutral, because there was definitely neutral going on, but there weren't a lot of calm moments. There weren't a lot of stare downs. It was a lot of going in, whether it be dash punch or elbow or fierce roundhouse.
No, but that's how chaotic. Like matchups like these will always be chaotic. They can be because Child said before, he said he might have to slow down. Sometimes when you slow down, that allows your opponent to speed up. and they can galvanize you into speeding up and playing in a way that you feel uncomfortable doing. Obviously, Balrog has a couple of tools to help play in that uncomfortable position, but it's not quite, there's no longevity behind it. And Sherry did mention before, it's like, look, because Child, if we saw this exact matchup with you guys in a first to 3, and you said I had a strategy, I would have completely been down and on board with what you said. Because it most likely would have worked. It would have been more successful there, but Sherry goes, look, the matchup just shows itself in a first to 10. And you were just like being run over a lot of the times. But there's something you did in the corner a fair bit that worked. You woke up with V-Skill into the overhead. What was the thought process behind that, Child?
Honestly, it's just a quick process. Like, okay, if I see it, just go and do it. And then I just did it, honestly. There wasn't really no reason behind it, honestly.
Okay,
you committed.
Fair.
You committed.
Sometimes it's those situations where it's like, because that's an unorthodox option. You never see it because, again, he has to start up the V-skill to then do the overhead. And I kind of got to look at OGYawn. Were you not expecting those? Because you got hit by almost every single one from the corner.
There was one, I think I only started blocking the last one, but I was standing, but I didn't block it. I was like, all right, whatever. Like, you got it. Like, all right, he got his activation now. Like, all right, I can block it out, wait on defense, V-reversal, and then put him in peril again. Because even if he still has V-triggers, like, he still has to hit me and get through my offense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was looking torrid. He had a couple of situations as well where you definitely nicked the round from him. I've got to ask this because I don't think I'll get a straight answer of IDOM. You give me a straight answer. You might troll me, who knows. When you nick a round as a Laura player, do you feel good about yourself?
There's some times you feel a little bit guilty, but I mean, we're here to win and stuff too. So it's like, you want me to feel bad every single time? Like, I don't know. But I mean, Child's my boy, so I do feel bad. I mean, he knowingly picked this matchup, but I was like, he was like, there's nobody else I would rather do it with than you. And I was like, I mean, by all means and stuff, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity.
See, what y'all don't know is, right, so
talk to me.
In our last local, this not the local that just passed us for our monthly, but I'm gonna say like 2 or 3 monthlies ago that we had. So me and Yawn had played, and I beat him and took him to losers. And I played Metro and Wolfgang and lost to those 2. So then another monthly came by, and I came back. This is when Get Wrecked was there, and Lud had came late, and I played Metro and beat Metro, and then I lost to Get Wrecked. And then y'all looked at me from this like, okay, I gotta play you. So remember that time when I took your $5 and almost $6, and you didn't continue. You want to place a bet right now? I said, no, you're not taking my money. You ain't getting
that's
Run the
OGYawn
money
special.
match.
You're not doing it. We just gonna play fast. So he was like, okay, fine. So then he had a smirk on his face, like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and wash you real quick. And he did beat me. It was 2-1 in that match when he put me out. I was like, oh my god. He said, hey, and then look, he's going to the commentators. He was like, hey, you could money match me again if you want to. I was like, nah, you got it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna risk my, I ain't gonna do it. It's always a case of playing him. He's a real cool dude, man. We always be trying to do this thing, fight other players and stuff like that. And I'm honestly happy to go to my first major offline event, which is Defender North, because I was supposed to go there in 2019, but COVID had happened, and I couldn't really go. So I'm really proud of meeting players.
And you did pretty well at Defender North, if that's your first offline tournament, because I believe you got 17th, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and in the region that you're in, or where Defender North's based, trust me.
That's a hard region.
That is
the West Coast went, and they all got 17th. I'm talking about Chris CCH and Filipino Man.
Listen, man.
Those are our generals, our lieutenants.
And again, it's
Mylin did something to them. That's
he did. And X Finesse.
Shouts to Mylin. X Finesse, does he play Ed?
He is an Ed player.
Yes, he definitely played Ed.
Okay.
Yeah,
the same guy. All right, cool. So, yeah, it's interesting. Child, do you think you'll want to travel a bit more for SF6 or?
Honestly, yes. I've been to Vegas back in April, and I ain't gonna lie, I love the ES Sports Center. I couldn't the Sports Center that's in there. I couldn't get in there because they was doing like a interview and some type of thing. They was like, you can't come in this time. But the Sports Arena was pretty good. But I definitely do want to come out more and do more events. Whether if I win or lose, I just want to show myself out.
Okay. Well, I mean, like you said, you couldn't be allowed in because of Into. You should have just said, I'm Child233. Like, I'm
nah. When it comes to
the life
like
of the
that,
party.
he can never interrupt people's business. You know, you never know what they got going on. And stuff.
I 100% respect that. I would have gate crashed anyway, but that's just me. But right, one more thing I got to ask you on about this set before we move on to SF6 related questions, or one more question after that. You were V-shifting a lot as Laura. I don't normally see that. Was that just a confidence thing? Or is that like you have to wait till you're like 5-6 games up in a set before we really start doing that?
No, there's legit gaps in a lot of his pressure, so I was trying to exploit it, and then I think I got a pretty good bit of success. And if not, I mean, I still reset the neutral at the cost of 1 bar, so like that's fine. You guys said I can't play neutral and stuff like that. I was creating neutral opportunities,
Who said that?
but then we went back to slugging.
No one said anything about your neutral.
I think he heard
No,
you.
we couldn't play the neutral.
Yeah, you said you couldn't play it because it was a scramble.
I said there was neutral involved. I said there weren't a lot of calm moments.
I mean, he heard it differently. He heard it differently. Oh man, you guys are the greatest. Child, let me ask you this: what do you think it would take? What would Balrog need to make this matchup like a 5-5? Would you say a reversal?
A reversal.
Better buttons. Like what do you think, in your opinion?
Just bring back tap back. That's all I want.
Tap. That's not coming back.
Moving on. Anyway, I'm gonna pretend I didn't.
That's all we all want. But honestly, though, on a realness, if we had tap, if not tap come back, give me a cross up.
A cross up.
What about headbutt? Like it being reversal?
You know what? You can have the headbutt, but you definitely can't have the cross up. Balrog's not meant to have cross ups.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Hang on, no, wait. Everyone, hold on, wait a minute. Child, indulge me. Why do you think Balrog needs a cross up?
Think about it. If he had a cross up, you know how much like mix ups he can do a little bit.
So you want him to do
What does
mix
a
ups when he's
boxer
already got a
need in
high
the
low?
air?
He's already got a high low. He's got a command grab, and now you want a cross up.
Yeah, I want a cross up.
Do you know what?
You're asking for a little too much.
I mean, this is from the same person that said G's the best
That's
character
true.
in the game.
So you know, you do ask for a little questionable things.
Oh my
I'm
god!
a weird guy. I'm sorry.
Do you know what? Please, I really want you to make a video out of this. Say G the best character in the game. Hear my reasons why, and then say Balrog needs.
Balrog needs a cross up.
Do you know what you should do? All right, here I'm gonna give you the sickest idea for content on YouTube right now. You make a thumbnail, do that silly algorithm thumbnail, and you go top 5 reasons why Balrog needs a cross up. And just repeat the same reason over and over again, but make it flashy.
Say less.
Yeah, mix-ups.
Say less.
Mix-ups.
He's actually going to do it.
Not ultimate weapon on this cross-up train.
Child ultimate weapon. Yes. Let's go. Thank you. Yes, sir.
I will make sure Balrog never gets cross up.
You hear that, Capcom?
cannot do that.
Don't allow
Yo,
this.
I'm signing that treaty as well, the petition.
Y'all.
I can't even imagine what a cross-up animation would look like with Balrog.
Listen.
I mean, technically, if you want to be fair, Brian F was the first one to get a cross up with Rog. You know.
Yeah, he picked Oro.
No, with Borog. He actually got a cross up with Borog. He was the first person to actually do it. I don't know how he did it, but it's an old clip of him doing it.
Oh, that must have been seasons ago. Season 2? Oh,
I'm not. This is like season 3 going to 4.
I'd have to find that clip. That's very deep. But right. In terms of competitive play, I want to ask you both this question before we move on to SF6. So go back to when we talk about the World Warrior thing, because obviously OGYawn, you are involved in doing that and running those. Do you think the World Warrior program should return for SF6? Let me get your opinion on that.
Me as an organizer, I personally do, just because as someone that runs online weeklies, I'm not always gonna get Punk or Idom in there. They probably got, IRL plans and just like anybody else. But the Warriors are like, they're dedicated to leveling up, like my homies Andala, homies Hitman, Jordan Condones. Like, I got a lot of kills that a lot of people don't really know about outside like ranked and all that and stuff too. And I'm able to meet a lot of these people, interact with them outside of like streams and all that, and it allows them to get the showcase and then get them more involved in the scene. I feel like it's pivotal just because online, like Idom was a online warrior, Punk was a online warrior, and I mean not every Metro M, another strong player from my region, he was also an online warrior. He was also not that very good at the time before he started coming out there.
Just had to throw that in there, just to let you know he wasn't that good.
Yeah, Vega buffs though, and he's eaten. But besides that,
a little shade.
It's important though. It's important to get the online players offline, just because you're able to see all these events going on, and a lot of the organizers, we work together to make sure we promote each other's events, online, local, Casa, Rival Fools. We all support each other. Even Next Level with their Savage Saturdays and stuff like that. Me, Idom, D-Nice, we all work together to try to make sure everyone's having a great time. Even Defend the North, because I've always been competing like since 2014 with Ultra Street Fighter 4, but I was very broke at the time. I was working a retail job and all that, and then a way for me to save money would be running brackets, and it wasn't very hard because I was like, okay, I figured out how this and such works, so just call the matches, report the score, and then you meet a lot of players in the community like that. So that was how I started like networking in a sense, and then still competing and all that. So it's definitely like there's ways to get people online to offline and vice versa and stuff. So like I worked with like City of Brass with like Defend the North for a bunch of times doing like marketing and stuff for them. So definitely allows us to grow our community even more than we always was. Yeah, Metro even admitted he was terrible at the time.
Wow. Okay, you weren't supposed to strengthen that case.
Yeah.
But Child, let me get your opinion on that. As a player, do you think the World Warrior program should return in Street Fighter 6? Do you think you'll be more hungry to compete and go around with that, with a program like that around?
Honestly, I'm gonna say yes, because when it comes to these events, you got a chance to see if you're gonna get, top 16, top 8, or you might win. And I honestly, been participating in all these, World Warriors, I actually enjoy it, man. And like I said, the first time I ever did the CPT, I got 9th place, and I didn't think I would get 9th place. So, I'm just playing the game. But I would say bring it back, honestly, for Street Fighter 6.
Okay. What about you, Sherry? You think it should come back?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke about it earlier where I thought it's something new and it's a great idea because, again, it spotlights a lot of players that might not have the opportunity to fly out and go to all these offline events. And even if you went to an offline event, if you don't play on stream, it's pretty hard for you to kind of get your name out there.
Difficult,
so, these online tournaments, they're very convenient. And when you are pretty consistent online, you do get spotlighted pretty well.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I like to keep asking because I'm just going to pile up all the names that said, look, Capcom, they all want this to come back, so just bring it back. Just make everyone's lives happy. But yeah, have you got anything SF5 related you want to ask them before we move on to SF6, or do you want us to...
I mean, I think you covered it pretty well. We can move on to Street Fighter 6.
All right. So, gentlemen, first of all, let me get this out of the way. Did both of you get into the SF6 closed beta, or did only one of you get into it?
Unfortunately, I did not.
Okay. Yawn, did you get in, or did you get some time to play it at all?
Yeah, I played in the beta. It was really fun.
Okay.
Enjoyed it. I had it on PC.
Who did you play in the beta?
I played Jamie.
Okay, interesting. So, first of all, if you can get a short summary of what your experience was with the beta, and what did you think of Jamie in that?
The beta was, oh man, it was amazing. I never thought I would say, man, I love online, but damn, that was crazy. The low ping, just everything felt so responsive. It was definitely a new engine that you had to learn, but I definitely really enjoyed it though. I feel like I wasn't taking it like super seriously like day one. I was just like, oh dang, the servers are up. I was like, all right, cool, because I was like kind of just counting down and stuff after like tournament. Then it went live, and I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm not sleeping the rest of the night now. And then yeah, I think I finally tapped over like 6-7 a.m. and stuff, so I played for like a good 4 hours, and then it was just like, oh man, I wish I had taken off work, but at the same time too, I was able to get my bag and then still enjoy the game too, so I definitely can't be mad at it all. But yeah, Street Fighter 6 is looking really good. I like the character so far. I mean, there is no Laura, and a lot of other characters I play, and oh, okay. Well, good thing there's no Nikali. Jobber character.
Oh,
anyways,
I mean, I'm okay with that. But yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Go on, sorry.
Yo, you're good. It was very refreshing. The reason why I picked Jamie, when I had played Third Strike on Dreamcast, I really like Yang and Yun, and that was like before I really got into Makoto, and they're really cool characters. At the time, I was like very casual, so I was just kind of like just trying to learn how to do specials and supers at the time. But yeah, Jamie's very footsies based. He got some really good normals. He's not like Yun or Yang in Street Fighter 4, but he's definitely a nice amalgamation of them. incorporates a lot of leveling system mechanics like you would see from like Jury and Street Fighter V. So just to make him fair, so he doesn't just round start dive kick you and all that. And they also tone down the dive kick, but he's got some really cool stuff for sure. And even his level 4 drink, it kind of is like very Nakali-esque because he gets like the damage. So it's like, you know, and he's got a command throw too that like you can combo off of. So I thought that was really cool.
Cool. All right, Child, since you didn't play the beta, you weren't participating, were you watching streams or watching footage of the game at all that weekend?
I definitely was watching some streams, and I was looking on YouTube at some of the matches, and I was like, wow, this game is looking crazy good right now.
Okay, like, have you, just from someone who hasn't played it, like, yet, do you have any hopes or concerns for the game before it releases, from what you've seen?
Honestly, I don't really have no concerns because like I said, when I seen one fight between Sonic Fox and Goichi, I'm like, wait a minute, Sonic Fox is in North America and Goichi's in this whole region, and it's playing that smooth. Like,
yeah, I did notice that.
That's gonna be good. So I don't really have no concerns on it, honestly.
Okay, fair. YAWN, what about you? Because obviously you were playing it. I know you were obviously watching. Did you run any tournaments that weekend, or were you just so engrossed in playing it?
I was playing a lot of sets with people. One of my friends, Angride, he helped out with me in Bruce Lee commentary earlier this year. Fortunately, couldn't have him back for the Carry Out Clash, but I wish him a lot of love. And you know, it's mainly like online and stuff like that. But even for him being in Guatemala, the connections were amazing. So, and I've seen people running sets with people in the UK. I know Punk was doing his beta bash on Sunday of that. And I wish I had, I was able to go to and play in that. But I think I like signed up like, or learned about it like really late. But it was definitely a lot of fun to watch and spectate. And I was just like, just getting in as many sets as I could before they shut down the servers, what was that, Monday morning? So
yeah,
it's definitely a good time.
I think it's, early Monday morning. I mean, like, for a lot of people, like myself, I just left my PC on like the whole weekend. I didn't turn it off. I just went to sleep with the PC on, woke up, played it. Because, again, for a lot of people, they haven't had a weekend like that in ages. You know, when a new game comes out, you're just like, damn, I have not moved from this seat at all. It's like, that's how much of the game was fun. Yeah, it was just fun. And the thing is, me personally, I felt they kind of let us have a little bit too much. Because
now you guys want more.
You want more, then you look at 5, you're like, meh.
Like, you want to go back to it?
It's like, okay. Because like after the closed beta, I didn't play Street Fighter 5 for like 10 days. I legit just didn't play it for 10 days until I had to check something like in the lab or something. But yeah, no, honestly, I'm looking forward to it. I always like to ask about hopes and concerns because someone might go, you know what? Maybe people might figure out things a bit too quickly, or you know, they got to be considerate about this situation or that. So it's always good to hear different opinions. I mean, do you have any from what you played? I think you played a little bit when you were at First Attack. How did you find it?
Well, so I think the game is really interesting. The whole mechanic, like drive impact, drive rush, it's definitely a new mechanic, and obviously a lot of people were complaining about it on Twitter.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so it's interesting because it's such a new mechanic. You don't really know how quote-unquote broken it's going to be, right? Because people are just saying how drive impact is going to be so broken. It's a scrubby move. It should be removed from the game, or it should be nerfed and whatnot. So I'm excited that people weren't able to figure out something immediately, because I would feel like, you know, you got to earn that. Like you have to train enough to kind of figure out how to get around that. Yeah. And hopefully it's not a mechanic that's broken enough where, you know, it's one of those things where theoretically on paper it's easy to counter, but in game
difficult. Especially
like
with like 8 different things.
Like, you know, so, you know, people say just V-shift or just block or, you know, just jump.
I mean, just YAWN says that. But.
Yeah, you know, there's all the 4 different options that can get you killed. You know, hopefully that's not the same thing with drive impact.
Blocking doesn't get you killed. Oh my god. Well, actually, no, drive impact will get you killed.
Listen, I'll have you know, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it in a lot of contemporary fighters, you do get punished for blocking these days. It is one of the safest options, but you still get punished for blocking.
Yeah. Unless you're on the brink of stun, which is usually the case against Laura. Right. So, you know, he tells you to take the command grab. That's what happened, unfortunately, against Child when he got reset and took the command grab, and he died.
YAWN sounds like one of those guys. He'll tell you to block, and he'll stun you, the command grab, and he'll gladly get up and he'll go like this. He'll go,
shouldn't have listened to me.
And he's like, yeah, shake my hand. It's like, really? Yeah. YAWN sounds like one of those guys. You're saying wow. You're not denying.
I'm fair and honest like Laura. Come on, guys.
Yeah, and that's
it's
what Criminal
Bach
said.
and Visha better.
Listen, that's what Rob is saying. Street Fighter 5.
That is very true. Yes. But yeah, it's there's a lot of new mechanics for Street Fighter 6, right? And it's just even the characters are really diverse. There's no character that's kind of played the same way. Every character has like their own mechanic. Like, so my character that I'm looking at is Kimberly.
Okay.
And I think she's very different from the rest of the cast. So I don't know if that's a good or bad thing because, you know, there's characters like Jury that looks really good, obviously. And a lot of players like Sonic Fox, Item, I think even Punk, they've all said that Jury's looking S tier.
Yeah, she's looking strong. I was having fun with her as well, and I was thinking, yo, this character's a bit mad in this game as opposed to her SF5 counterparts. But again, only time will tell. There's still a bunch more characters we need
And
to see how
the
they
game
play.
can change. That was just the beta. That was just the
that's
beta.
only version 0.20.
It's day minus 200 something. There's already a tier list being made. People saying this character's S tier. It's like, damn, we don't even know what's right from left. You know?
Exactly.
Right, I got a very weird question for OGYawn. Are you going to carry on your CFN name through to SF6? Are you going to change it up?
Oh, of course not. She's not in the game. I mean, I only did it for Strive because I really wanted Biken in the game. So, but I have to put in a lot more time with that game, but Biken's in a really good place. So I mean, Biken, Bubasa, maybe she'll make her entrance in some online tournaments. But you know, not in Street Fighter 6. So I'm definitely just sticking with the OGYawn.
Okay, well, until you find the next degenerate or dastardly name to put in there.
There has to be one in Street Fighter 6.
Don't worry, I was stirring a lot of people up in Street Fighter 6. I called myself DLC commentator. I said, "Who the hell is this running around?" That's it. I'll just play on the name,
genius.
play on the word. But yeah, all right, we are just about running out of time. So I'm going to ask you all my final question here. So as you know, there's DLC commentators, or there are commentators in the game right now. You got Vicious, you got Tasty Steve, you got Aru, you got James Jen, you got the bunch. OGYawn, let me get your opinion on this first. If you could get two commentators to be in SF6, who would your two choices be?
Definitely be Hizzle the bad guy and Saint Cola would be my two.
Okay.
Okay, I like those choices. I think you're the first person to say Hizzle, because I like it. Because when I say two, they'll always give me a common name and someone that's like, look, I think this person would actually fit really well into
I mean, I feel like Saint Cola is already in there, though. It's like, I've seen him so much, it's like, there's no way he's not.
I don't know. I haven't heard him.
Listen, we don't know that. Only time will tell. And you'd be very surprised because obviously when Vicious and Papa Tiwawa were announced, you're just like, oh, you're all in it. And it's like, I don't know.
Not everyone.
Not everyone's in it. Not everyone can make the cut. That's all it is. But yeah, Hizzle and Saint Cola. Okay. Child, what about you? If you could pick two commentators to be in SF6, who would you want to see in there?
I'm gonna do one better for y'all because I got one more commentator that needs to be on there. If I had two commentators that had to be on Street Fighter 6, Yipes needs to be on there for
of course.
one.
Easy
and
choice.
Saint Cola. But if I had a side commentator that needs to be on there, it's no other than my boy Logan-san.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Okay. All right. I like
Good choices. Good choices.
Listen, some of those names might appear. They might not.
Who knows?
Who knows? All I like asking the question because A, I like hearing people's different answers, and B, it's a case of if this works and it kind of explodes in a good way, that could be the next step in fighting against the future. They might just ask commentators in the esports scene.
It's a really cool feature.
There you go. I think, what was that game called? Yatagaratsu? I can't remember how to pronounce it. There's another game that's done it before. They put Ultra David, I think, in it, James Chen.
Oh, wow.
Before.
Okay.
But it has been done before, but not to this degree.
Yeah.
And obviously, they're putting out all the slots of Street Fighter 6. But I got to extend the question to you, Sherry. If you could pick two people to be in the game as commentators, who would they be?
Oh, my lord. My default is always Yipes.
Okay.
I actually thought he was on it already. I mean, as in, they actually announced him. I don't know whether or not he made it, but certainly my boy Yipes got to be on it. Let me think. I think... okay. I don't know who's on it yet. But, so, let me just throw this name, Lee Chung.
Okay.
I think that's a pretty good duo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
So you're looking at it more from a duo perspective, not just...
I feel like he's earned his stars and stripes, and I feel like, I don't see him that often anymore. So he has a very unique voice, and he's unique. So to hear his voice, and Yipes, obviously, he's like a staple of commentary. It would be cool to have both. Some East Coast love.
Listen, only time will tell. There's still time. We're not in 2023 yet, so there could be more announcements. There could be DLC announcements. Who knows? We'll see. Only time will tell. But yes, that is just about us out of time here. So, Richard, if you can put their fight card on so people can know where their socials are. But yes, Yawn, Child, once again, thank you very much for joining us. But now, I do this to all my guests. This is where I give you the podium. So, Child, if you want to defend yourself as to why G's the best character in the game in the next 30 seconds, you can do that. Or you can plug your YouTube channel and your social media accounts. It's entirely up to you.
You put him in a crossroads.
I
gotta
So the first reason why G is broken.
Oh my goodness, man. Listen, I can't even say that right now.
You gotta save it for the YouTube.
Your timer's going down.
You save it for the YouTube video. You gotta.
Listen, I'm gonna do it for YouTube video. Follow me on YouTube at Child233. I will drop a video tomorrow with why G is the best character in Street Fighter 5. Okay, I will do that.
And I think they should follow your Twitter account to know when you're going to move the video.
Listen, I'm gonna move the video also. If you follow all the socials, it's Child233, Twitch, Twitter, and also my Instagram if you want to find out more.
Making it easy.
All right, perfect. And OGYawn, what about yourself? Anything you want to plug?
Definitely bout for the Bruce Lee at start.gg/Bruce Lee. Carryout class, my World War event, start.gg/carryout. You can follow me on Twitter at OGYawn, Twitch at OGYawn. My IG is OGYawn. So like,
Why are you
the
switching
only
it
thing
up on people?
it's the grappler mix. Sometimes you gotta go low. Sometimes you gotta go
Companies must
mid
hate the
or
hell out of
high.
him. They're like, where's this OGYawn guy on Instagram? Oh,
Wait, Dr. Yawn.
non-existent. No,
That's
it's
not him. Can't be him.
Well, someone also took my Twitter at OGYawn, so I was like, who is this guy? So I was like, whatever.
Oh dear. All right. Right. Yes, gentlemen, that was absolutely perfect. You can follow their socials on there, but please, I'm actually imploring you, follow Child, because I want to see people's response to why he thinks he's the best character.
The 5 reasons why G is the best character in Street Fighter 5.
Now, if he gets hundreds of thousands of views, I want 60% of the count. I want 60%.
This is his idea.
I got you.
Only fair. Only fair. But yes, gentlemen, when you are ready, you can both leave the Discord call, so me and Sherry can close out the show, and I'll drop you guys a message thanking you again very shortly.
Alrighty.
Hi, guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks, guys.
No worries. But yeah, do you know what? Obviously, despite the scoreline, got to give once again, shout outs to Veggie. Shout outs to Child as well, actually, for reaching out to Veggie and just asking a simple question, because sometimes that's all it takes, just to find out the process. Because I'll tell you this, it's been funny, because some people are like, how do I get on the show? And then you just watch about 10 people trying to get their one brain cell together. It's like, so you just ask them, or do you do this? They're like, no, they handpick you. And I'm like, damn. Me and Veggie, we look at these messages and we're just like, we'll just let people just imagine how they come on the show.
It never hurts to ask, guys.
If you don't
Never
ask, you
hurts.
don't get. Simple as that. Obviously, feel free to ask me if there's time we can put you in a slot, because a lot of people do want to come on the show. We'll try and do that. If some people make themselves look like an idiot on social media, then you might have ruined your chances. I'll just say that to you now.
They're
But
watching. Just know they're watching.
we all watch. We all watch and we all stare intently. But yes, you know what? It was great to bring those guys on and setting it up. And again, lovely people, because I think I only spoke to Yawn at Final Round 2019 for about 2 minutes. That doesn't tell me a lot. You can judge someone in 2 seconds, but it doesn't tell me a lot. It's great to hear about Yawn. And again, Child, fantastic person. And he's already given you a hot take. So I'm already like,
Two hot takes.
Yeah.
Multiple hot takes,
Now,
actually.
unfortunately, I've just had to put him in that category. You're that person in the conversation of 8 to 10 people that has that very insane take, and we just got to slot you over there. So that's it, but it was great to see them as well. But yes, hopefully you guys enjoyed the action as well. Sherry, it was really appreciative of you for taking time out of your day to come and join us, like I said before.
It was a pleasure being here, being on the opposite end, being a commentator instead of a player.
And
It's
just enjoying
great.
it. How did you enjoy the whole experience here in the studio, just watching it? And
I mean, it's funny because, as a player, I'm kind of like waiting on you guys to give me the cues on when to play, on when to talk. So now that I'm on the opposite side, well, you're still giving me the cues on when to talk, but now I get to ask the questions, the things that I'm curious about.
There you go, and that's it. Curiosity is amazing when you just want to delve in and find out about people, but curiosity can also kill your cat, so be careful what you ask. But yes, we got a couple of things to plug in before we go. Like we said, SFL Europe is on the YouTube channel for Capcom Fighters, so make sure you are following that there. Week 3 has just happened now. Head on over to Capcom Fighters, follow the channel. You'll know exactly when they are live on the Twitch and live on the YouTube. And of course, you can put a comment down below, do whatever you want. Just enjoy the diversity in Street Fighter League EU, because we're not filled with Lukes. We're not filled to the brim with
That
Lukes.
is true.
We are
Unlike
in-
any SFL. But
I mean,
Global SFL.
Speaking of SFL US, Richard, have you got the graphic for that? Because, I mean, these guys, listen, despite the character just being the same, the players there, the caliber player there, the team's
It's incredible.
involved. Yeah, it's fantastic.
They know who the best character in the game is.
Well, listen, what I like about international competition is you guys don't mess around.
No.
In Europe, we gotta pick, Vega.
You get Fangs. You guys have multiple Fangs.
We got to pick Dave from the pub. We got to pick Ratatouille. We pick all the characters, and we go over somewhere, and you wonder why we just never win, but we always cause an upset. And then when we get invitationals like this, it's like, damn, this is a breath of fresh air. It's like, because we
you guys started it. You guys started the team tournament, the 3v3s, the 4v4s. It's brilliant.
And then we just carry on that legacy. We will get the graphic for SFL US in just a minute there. There it is. This is the website.
Just a kid.
There is a website. Just type in streetfighterleague.com and you will find out the US stuff. You can find out the schedule on there as well. This is the latest episode that has just transpired there as well. And you can find out more as to what's going on there. It's fantastic to see the teams involved, the players involved. Shouts to, is it Blue Coast running it? The production team? I think it's Blue Coast. Yeah, shouts to Blue Coast that running it. Shouts to Rob TV, Tasty Steve, and Vicious run it down. There you go. You get all the information you want. Keep an eye on it. And do you know what? I hope Street Fighter League sticks around for years to come.
Truly.
Because, again, outside of the CPT and other competitions outside of the circuit, when you want to watch like creme de la creme or teams being involved,
it's a beautiful concept.
Street Fighter League is the place to be as well. And also, there is another CPT this weekend. There isn't a graphic for it because I don't want to give you the wrong registration thing because the registration's already done. It is the Middle Eastern CPT. So you can see Angry Bird, Big Bird, GTR, amongst other people there trying to qualify for their spot in the CPT finals. But yes, outside of that, we hope you enjoyed this show. But we got to love you and leave you because obviously she's got a schedule. I've got a schedule. We got things to do. However, we do have to leave you with a little gift. He wasn't here with us today, but he was with us in spirit. I wonder who your favorite player in Norway is. Go check it out.
Favorite player from Norway?
Do I have to give one or can I give two?
You can only give one because there are only two.
Favorite Norwegian player is Fenholm.
You're not gonna like the answer.
My favorite player is the man standing next to me is Veggie. He is my favorite, but I keep telling him to pick a better character in the game because he's suffering in silence at this point.
It's going to be Fenholm, unfortunately, Veggie. I'm sorry.